Okay.
All right. Hello, everyone from around the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. This is AS Eat the Pair talking. As usual, I am joined by Old Dirty H. Oldie, say hello.
Hello, hello.
And also, we have here our special guest for today. We have Quetzalcoatl. Say hi.
Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome.
Welcome back. We had you on cast for, I think, one or two other casts, but we're glad to have you back.
Yeah.
Today, we are going
Yeah,
to
nice to be
be.
back. Thanks.
Yeah, yeah. What was I saying? Today, we're going to be casting a match between Old Pappy Nutz and 4Netters. So, if you look at the division records here, we do see Old Pappy Nutz is 1-0 and 4Netters is 0-1. Um, I actually couldn't like my brain couldn't wrap its head around. So there's a ranking, like positioning on the left here, and so it's like a ranking in terms of record. I actually couldn't figure out whether 2-1 is better than 1-0 because I guess 1-0 is technically better because you have a chance to go 4-0, but also 2-1 you're closer to the three victories in order to win or to get in into top eight. So I'm not really sure what record is better, but anyways, it's not too big of a deal. Let's go into the teams and nations here. So, I actually have these swapped around. Whoops. Okay, whatever. So we have 4 Netters with Yarmax, Heartbreaker, Jack Sparrow, and CCC1 against Old Pappy Nutz with Old Dirty H, Rui, Nutz, and the Furkman. And we do have the same exact band from both teams: Mongols, Indians, and Greeks. Definitely an interesting choice of bands. Who do you guys think has the edge here? Quetzal, who do you think has the edge? Because Oldie here,
Because I'm here.
Yeah.
Well, I will say it's actually pretty balanced. Also, I haven't really played with them all, so I can't really tell you about those ones. But definitely they're gonna give us a good match. That I'm sure.
Yeah, and Oldie, do you want to briefly tell us? I think you have a roster swap here. I'm not entirely sure, but I feel like I haven't seen Rui's name on this list before. Is that true? Is this a roster swap?
No, he's always been there.
Oh, okay. My mistake then.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on one second, folks. I'm gonna really
C-
quickly.
CCC1 was kind of a newer player for 4 Netters.
Oh, okay. Sure.
He's a fan favorite, as everyone knows. I don't know if you guys have ever played with him. He's kind of like a clan hater light, if you will. So
I see.
he's got a big mouth. He cries a lot. You'll see in the game. It's pretty funny.
Okay. All right. Anyways, I've updated the graphic really quickly just because you want to have 4 Netters in the same side as their label on the top there. Apologies for that. It was a little confusing. Okay, so 4 Netters versus Old Pappy Nuts. Yeah, let's jump into the game quickly. But before we do, we have to talk about the donations, of course. So I'm going to pull up the donation tab. If you like the Nordic Classic and you like the content that we're putting out and you want to support the tournament and you want to add to the prize pool to make things a little bit more exciting, you can go to the front page of the Nordic Classic and click on this prize pool link right here. And to this GoFundMe and contribute to the prize pool. We would really, really appreciate the donation. It helps make things a little bit more exciting, and it'd be really awesome. So far, we have El Cipher, Wizard of War, Kron, PLA, Jatin Sharma, Bybrak. The anonymous one here is Connor and Bob. Thank you all to those who have donated. Really, really thankful. As always, this tournament is organized by Connor McDavid, so big shout out to him as well. The donation link is also in the description, and for some reason it's not showing on the screen. I don't know why. Let's see.
It's in the description. People can find it.
Okay, well, here we go. I fixed it. Yeah, it's in the description. You can find it pretty easily. Yeah. All right, let's jump into the game, shall we?
Yeah. So people, grab a beer, grab your popcorn, and get pumped.
Get ready.
All right, I'm gonna pull it up.
Beautiful voice of Quetzal in the house today.
Yeah.
It's like the bird, the Quetzalcoatl.
Yeah, exactly.
Wonder if it actually sang. No, it's not. Well, anyways, it should have been beautiful.
I'm at 1 second when you guys are ready.
All right. I am also at 1 second. Quetzal?
Okay, let's go for it.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Oldie, I know this is going to be a good game because you have Russians. Let's take a look at the players and nations. This looks like... Actually, I can't tell. This looks like Old World to me. It doesn't look like there's that many trees, but it could be Amazon. I don't know.
It is old world. You're right.
It is old world. Okay, so let's take a look at the players and their nations. So we've got old Papi Nutz here, the Firkman with British, Rui with Germans, and olddirtyh with Russians. Against 4Netters, Jack Sparrow with Bantu, CCC1 with Iroquois, and Yarmax with Maya. Definitely some interesting picks in this lineup. Who do you think has the better set of nations, just on paper on Old World?
Well, I will go Germans and British together. That's a good attack. I mean, I have British also that always provides a good cover and good infantry, so that's like a nice pick. Starting from there, yeah, Germans, they can go pretty fast as well, and yeah, Russians with all their team, and they're pretty balanced. But then Jack Sparrow, for example, I don't know who he is, so I don't know if I have ever played with him, but so I suppose I guess they will give us also a good start.
Yeah, I think so. I see a question from Byberg in the chat. Hey, Byberg. So I'm ASV the pair. Obviously, we are joined by olddirtyh and Lat Quetzalcoatl. About the question of the nations, I think actually, I think on paper, 4Netters have the edge. Even though Germans is a better nation than Bantu, I see a really great opportunity here. Bantu and Iroquois are two of the best early raiding nations.
And, that's true.
Old World is a fairly open map, aside from some rivers here and there. It can be really, wood camps can be really vulnerable to getting raided and that sort of thing. So I think if used well, I think they actually do have the advantage personally. Just because I think Maya are a better nation than Russians. So Oldie, do you want to talk about why you picked Russians, aside from Russians are cool?
Yeah, no, Russian is actually my favorite nation. Well, I have two favorite nations, and they're both low tier, Spanish and Russians. So anytime I get a chance to use them, I love to use them. I just love the Russian border push. I love the attrition. I would probably never take either one of those nations in a 1v1 setting because they're just too slow. But as a support nation, they're awesome. Like I said, with that border push, they take up a bunch of land, take away a bunch of mountains. You get that free attrition early on in Ancient Age. I mean, come on, man. You have attrition in Ancient Age. That's awesome. It's an awesome defense against rush and raids.
That is true.
And once you get into classical age and above, I love the light cavalry. It's very fast, very efficient against the siege and against the supply wagon. So that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. In the chat, we do see here David Daly, Alan, Duzzles, and Moham. Hey all, how's everybody doing today? Hope you're enjoying the stream so far. Let's take a look at where the players have spawned. So we've got green, yellow, and white on the team of old Papi Nutz, and they're on the left side, and they're split off against 4Netters, which is on the right side. Jack Sparrow, the Bantu player, is facing off against Oldie, the Russian player. Pretty close to each other. Otherwise, the players are fairly separated. We do see Yarmax is a bit in the back as the Maya player. Yeah, this is going to look to be an exciting game. I think it's going to depend a lot on, especially what this Iroquois player can do. Iroquois have a bit of a faster start because of their wood power. You get +2 food from wood camps. And also, they're very easy going just straight mill or commerce in mill. So it's definitely, I'm definitely interested to see if the Iroquois player can pull something off, because I don't think we've seen CCC1 play before in this tournament, so definitely interesting to see what will happen.
No, I've played a lot with him though recently, and he's a very aggressive player. He likes to get at least Iroquois with him is a good matchup.
Yeah. We do see here the runes are fairly even across the board. Oldie has the most runes. CCC1 and the Firkman both have 4 each, and everybody else is 2, which is a bit on the lacking side. But you may get more. They may get more runes later on. And so let's see. It looks like CCC1 is on the bit of a slow side, but has a lot of food banked up. Maybe it goes for an early mill or something. And then on this side, the Firkman's a bit slow. Oldie, you're also a bit slow.
I'd like to see those raids.
And
I'm Russia. What do you want me to do?
Jack Sparrow's a bit slow.
So fast.
And Yarmax is doing pretty well. So fair enough. Okay, let's talk through the rares quickly because we have a bit of time. I'm just going to start on the top side for old Papi Nutz. There's diamonds there on the top. There's marble. They have dye in Rui's territory. There's silk on the bottom there, as well as salt on the very left. There's amber in Old Dirty's territory. And there's furs right next to the wood camp. Those are the safe rares. Then to be contested are copper in the center, as well as bison here on the top side. And silver is probably going to be grabbed by CCC1. For 4Netters, they have silver, as I mentioned. They have wool. On the very right, they have horses, peacocks here. They've got relics, wine. There's sugar right next to Great Zimbabwe, as well as obsidian. Yeah, who do you guys think has the better rares?
Well, there are good rares. I think both teams have very nice rares, but the thing is that they haven't discovered them yet. It all depends, right? Which ones you actually discover, because diamonds, it seems so far it's been discovered only by one team, and Rui, olddirtyh, they haven't. So even though it's right in the middle to be contested, if they don't see it, so they just lose it. Otherwise, that could be also like a point for battling. If they go raiding, they can't really build a tower. So let's see if both discovers it.
Yeah, and we do see here some aggression going to come out early from CCC1. This is a good choice, I think, as the Iroquois player. Make use of your nation powers, get an early scout, get a barracks going, start raiding your opponents. I will say CCC1 hasn't done a great job doing this build for one minor detail. What you want to do when you go for an early mill like this, you really want to find your opponent's wood camp, because that's the way you cripple them, that's the way you kill them. So if you can find your opponent's wood camp nice and early, maybe you really take advantage of going mill early, especially as Iroquois. Otherwise, you might waste some time scouting for the wood camp when otherwise it's a bit pointless. We do see the Furkman's going to see this heavy infantry now. Let's see if Furkman cancels Civic and goes for mill instead. Looks like it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I think he was just too late and got caught off guard. Just a bad spot for him right now.
Yeah, doesn't cancel it. That's going to be a big mistake, because the city's going to get denied easily. And these citizens are going to get sniped as well. Let's see. On this side as well, we've got the German player who went for Civ 1. But, now neither of them have mill against an Iroquois player who's probably going to cause a lot of annoyance. We'll see how many kills, obviously, the CCC1 can get.
But that's one of the most frustrating things, that when you're just happily about to build your city, and then hey, surprise, no, you won't, because you have all those heavy infantry raiding you. And then you have to speed up gathering food to make to make military, or just to call for help. And in this case, maybe has to get the food as ASAP.
Yeah, and it looks like CCC1 is raiding continuously here. We saw here on the bottom side, olddirtyh chooses to go for a really nice city there. It's a bit awkward because the front is not protected by the river, but in the back has a river. But it's it's better than nothing. All these units from the Furkmen getting harassed. This is going to be pretty painful. CCC1 economy still doing well. Has a market now, starting to build merchants.
Yeah, and CCC1 did a great job rotating down. You see he sniped Rui's caravan.
Oh yeah,
so
that's gonna hurt.
He's just raiding. He's doing this is a proper Iroquois raid here. So
Yeah.
good job on his part.
Where's the other unit, I wonder? Not this one. Not this
His
one.
bowmen are almost dead. He's got 2 heavies still running around.
Oh yeah,
Bowmen on
there's
the
3
river.
heavies total. The bowman's micro nicely. It can still be really annoying in the back, and you can keep it for later. But look at that. Look at the Furkman's wood income. That's really going to be tough. I wish the Furkman would have stuck around a citizen, so at least would have gotten the city up. But it's now it's like this raid's really hurting. There's no military so far. So far, we do see Rui is starting to build an archer, but I think the damage has already been done.
Sparrow's done a good job here with Bantu to separate Russia from Germany too.
Yeah,
so
that's true. Definitely, it's going to be hard for them to make rotations, and for you, it's going to be really annoying for you to rotate all the way around.
I know. I saw that early on. I already, to be honest, I already went in with the intention to Civ 2 because we had die. So I was like, well, I'm gonna have to try and reconnect. So. But I didn't expect him to be so fast to get those cities there, so that definitely threw me off guard.
Yeah, definitely. We do see here you've gone for Science 1, which is a good choice, so you can temple. That's a really strong
Yeah.
play. Still, let's take a look at the number of kills here for CCC1. This is causing a lot of damage. 4 kills and 0 losses.
Yeah, he's on fire right now.
Yeah, wow. And still, these archers are going to be continue to be really, really annoying. And denying the barracks now, yikes. This is a absolute disaster for the Ferkman right now. Way behind in score compared to everyone else, even CCC1, who went mill first.
Yeah, you can see Iroquois raiding the die now. That's just really annoying. Just a very frustrating spot.
Yeah, definitely. At least Old was able to use it, but it's going to be really hard. And these spearmen can just run away from the bowman. Normally, looks like CCC1's going to miss micro here. Or miss the chance to micro these units out of the way, and they're going to lose them. But usually, you can just run away, but usually you can't run away because heavy infantry are slower, but it just so happens that,
but the Iroquois heavy infantry are actually faster, so
yeah, exactly.
That's their advantage also.
But I do notice CCC1 just kind of, he's got his scout in the back right corner, just kind of taking a nap. He should be using that to scout more.
Yeah, sometimes if you don't have the time to micro, you can honestly put it on auto explore. It's not the worst.
Exactly. Yeah. Why not? Just keep it moving at least. Yeah. I agree.
And we do see CCC1 some spotty micro again. Might lose this spearman. Oh, loses it. Didn't micro correctly, and the slingers are gonna die too. To these infantry possibly. Just a little bit unfortunate micro, but I mean I can't blame him too much. CCC1 did an excellent job early on with those raids. We do see Rui, the German player, aging now, and that's going to be bad news. German player aging really quickly, and Oldie's going to barely able to put up the city. Oh, what? Wasn't he?
Yeah, he almost picked. I only had one citizen there, unfortunately. I almost got sniped, so I had to run off.
You had to run away, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was. I think he might have been able to finish it, but I think.
No, I had 5 hit points left. I don't think so. Maybe.
Okay. Maybe. I don't know, but I think now it's really bad because the heavy infantry are here. The city's gonna get denied. All these silk merchants are gonna die. It's really that's a really, really painful raid, and now you're putting up the barracks. I think the Civ choice the Civ 2 choice would have been good if you had been slightly faster and your opponent had been a little slower, but unfortunately it's not going to work out. Now this city's going to get denied, all these merchants are going to die, and you're very slow from aging.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, it's a bad spot.
Yeah.
But c'est la vie.
Yep, c'est la vie. On this side, we do see here the Iroquois player doesn't have science, so a temple from the front would be quite good at pushing the borders there. Let's see. So, looks like we haven't seen any counter raids. I would really like to see Rui I really would like to see Rui poke around with this archer. Maybe scout this silver that they haven't seen yet and is very exposed. And all of 4Netters have used that silver.
Well, neither Diamond. Diamond is just standing there, and only CC1 has taken care of it.
Yeah, that's true. Nobody else has seen it, and also, look at the Ferkman, just way behind in terms of
the raid
aging.
Was brutal.
Yeah, it's just that raid was so nasty. Really, really tough for them to deal with.
And now you're seeing Jack Sparrow. These Bantu raiders are coming, rotate up. And
this is gonna hurt.
Also,
there's 2 merchants here from Rui who, Rui really wants to not take damage because. Rui was not had the Ferkman took a lot of damage early on, but Rui was relatively unaffected. Lost a caravan, but that was about it. Let's see if Jack Sparrow notices this merchant just running past it. Oh, it does notice it and now goes back and kills it. Bantu Raiders being really awesome. We do see Senator coming out of Rui, which I think is a good choice. It's going to be hard to attack into an Iroquois player who's really far away. So I think Senator is a good choice, even if he wants to be a bit more aggressive. Looks like Oldie got up the city eventually. Took a little while, but now with the city there, it looks like it's going to be okay. This city of Jack Sparrows is going to be really isolated, and it's going to be hard to defend because you can attack from any direction.
Yep.
Now, actually, how Old was doing is taking advantage of the power of Russians. I mean, precisely.
Yeah,
just look at the territory with this third city. I mean, the border push is very high. So, I mean, nonetheless, he was cornered at the very beginning. Now, he owns practically this corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were able
yeah.
to re-secure silk too, which was nice.
Yeah, that's really
That was
nice.
my
Don't
main
want to
goal
lose
there.
access to that. Silk is a pretty good rare.
Yeah.
It gives you really important resources, especially wealth. Even though the discount of commerce isn't that useful early on, it's still quite good.
Yeah, but the wealth is helpful. Yeah, because all we other had was dye and I think amber was the only other
Yeah,
wealth
and
rares
you
we
guys
had
didn't
on that
scout
side.
diamonds at the top, which is unfortunate for you.
Yeah. Yep.
We do see here Yarmax has gone for, as a Mayan player, has gone for Civ 2. I think you don't need to do that. Your opponent, you're against a Russian opponent who clearly went for Civ 2 in Ancient Age. But you did scout they have dye, but based on how your Bantu player is doing, you can surmise that the Russian player isn't super duper fast for any reason. So I actually would have liked to see a Despot from Yarmax just try and kill oldie here nice and early. Sorry, oldie. Nothing against you. Just I think that's
No,
that's
I
probably
mean,
the best
right.
play.
That's the right call. And actually, honestly, I was expecting that there would be more pressure on me. So I was kind of sweating a little bit. I have a decent amount of archers there, as you can see in Orenburg. So I was getting ready for some kind of action.
Yeah,
and now you see CCC1 decided to go Despot. So
Yeah,
that
I
was
don't
expected.
like this Despot play though. It's going to be really hard to attack into the British player because of this river, basically. It's not like it's not like it's a great idea to double a German player who's already, the fastest player the fastest player to age with the best eco. I don't really like the Despot play. I would have liked to just see a Senator play nice and safe. We do see an ambush here, or is it an ambush? It is an ambush here, but as some of us know, Iroquois ambush doesn't work because it's bugged. So this is a pointless ambush.
Yeah.
Oh, the scout is still just standing there, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, the scout, as you say, the Iroquois scout can be also very useful if he's covering like a position. I mean, because it's undetected, so it's just like giving you an insight what happens inside a city or a wood camp or anything.
If the Iroquois scouts have the special ability to go into
the woods.
Go into the woods. So just put the scout right in the middle of the woods. There's no way Rui's going to be able to see that, especially because the lookout's down over here, and you can see the market producing. You can see rotations coming in of units. I would like to see CCC1 actually go and rotate the units down here just to harass Rui's caravan route, just right in the middle there. It's a big open area, has a very easy escape route over here. That could be a good play, but I guess Rui is going for CCC1 is going for the offense here, building a second stable now. Oh, I guess not a second stable. But it looks like, I feel like CCC1 really just needed to get some support, because I don't think this attack is going to work out, especially against a British opponent. Because the excellent archers, the tower range, those are really excellent defenders. And when you go Despot like this, you really want to start hitting them much earlier, like at least 1 to 2 minutes earlier.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
They could have gone, in a double, perhaps, and done, a real damage at least. Not even capturing the capital, but yeah.
And we do see here, Oldie, you're definitely scared of a triple, which I think it's a good call. You're focusing on putting up some defenses, a tower, lookout, temples instead of investing into economy early like this. And I think it's a good call because I think 4Netters should be trying to triple you or double you or Despot rush you.
Well, yeah, if you look at that Bantu army, I saw that early on. It's ready to rock and roll. If he's just standing up there, I'm not sure what he's waiting. I was expecting them just to come really hard at me. So that's why, you're right. I'm just playing full defense.
Yeah,
but now you see in CCC1, he's making a move here at Bristol.
Yeah, definitely. This is not a terrible spot. It's going to be a little bit annoying to move forward in such a small spot and not get caught by the river, but it's gonna be definitely tough. The Ferkman says send horses. I don't know how good horses are against Iroquois heavy infantry, which are quite good, and it looks like CCC1 needs another barracks. The production is going to be a little too slow, or should have started making units earlier.
He does have 2 stables at least.
Yeah, and let's see. CCC1 does choose to press forward. This is a good choice. Gonna press forward, see what's happening here. There's an army here from the Ferkman, but it's not that large. Unfortunately, there's not that much micro. I'm not sure what's happening. This fight is going to be really tough to see who wins here. These British archers are really awesome.
Yeah. But there are light horses going in, and they're kind of cutting them down. So
Yeah, and actually thinking more about it, I do like the choice of going 2 stables rather than two stables
barracks.
rather than 2 barracks. I think you could use both, but I think that the stables are good against British archers. And I think at this point, CCC1 should back off with a siege and just take these free archer kills because
But
Rui has
oh, man,
unupgraded
did you
units.
see in
There's
London?
only 2 heavy infantry here.
Did you see in London at the same time CC1 was raiding? I mean, the whole metal production gone from the fort.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, and that's pretty good.
That's
It
brutal.
looks like the unit
That's brutal.
did get cleaned up by 2 archers. And
But not before it did the damage.
Wow,
Yeah.
yeah, that was, coordinating the attack and the raid, that's something that takes a lot.
yeah, nice
Yeah,
work, definitely.
We're seeing the counter here from Yarmax now coming into Cologne at the middle of the map. Looks like he's gonna put pressure on Rui in here in the middle.
Yeah, and I think they should have come a little bit. They should have timed this a little bit better. Pressure both sides, and then when Rui leaves, if Rui leaves the city, then the Furkman has. Then Yarmax can just easily take the city. But unfortunately now for 4Netters, Rui can just easily come back and hold off offense. Is aging now. My player is still a bit away from aging because chose to go for science 2. I think. I think you should, if you're going to go for an investment like that, you should just build a wonder. Because, as a Maya player, you're far in the back, you're pretty well protected. It's going to be really tough to take your capital like that, so, This is a really large Bantu army here, facing off against Oldie, who, is still just trying to turtle, which I think is a good choice, just doesn't want to die outright.
Yeah, and I'm trying to harass with the catapults. He actually picked off, I had 2 siege, he picked one off. So I was trying to harass Kopi a little bit there, but he's got such a big army, and it's just tough to deal with right now.
Up so far, I have to cheer up for CC1 for the job he has done.
Yeah.
I mean, he's also raiding the rares. I mean, he's the only one who's been doing that. I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
he's keeping still hold.
Yeah, my only critique would be I would like CCC1 to use peacocks over there, but otherwise, doing a pretty good job. The micro's doing pretty well, and it looks like there aren't enough units for the Furkman to hold the city. The tower is helping a lot, but the longbowmen are not so great against light horses. Looks like the Furkman snipes one catapult, but not the other. And these longbowmen are going to get cut down by these light horses. It looks like, oh wow, it looks like militia are being pulled from various spots, and the CCC1 needs to make more units. Floating some resources, only now starts building some units. Would like to see another barracks at this point. Has a bunch of metal.
He has a ton of resources. He needs to start producing, yeah.
Still, he has the resources, but it's just not producing, so that, idle.
Yeah.
He's doing a good job killing the economy. If you compare the economies now, currently CCC1 is actually doing better than the British despot player. Loses a catapult for no reason, just some poor micro, but is working out. Eventually, he's going to win the long game. Here we see a big skirmish between the Mayan player and the German player, but the Mayan player is an age down, and there are 5 knights that were ambushed. Really going to cause some havoc to the British or to the Mayan army. This is just a really bad fight for Yarmax, who is using light infantry, which are not very good at this age, unfortunately.
Yeah, and then at the bottom too, I'm trying to put pressure on just to keep the Bantu player down here. I just don't want him rotating. So
yeah, and that's a good choice, but unfortunately, the siege might get sniped here.
Yeah,
get sniped.
It was really hard. There's just so much. Goddamn, he had such a big army. It's like impossible.
Yeah, it's really hard to do that. Oh no, I did this again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why does this happen?
I lost one there.
Yeah. Sorry, folks. This happens a lot, and I always make this mistake. I move the slider thing down to the bottom, which is.
But now it looks like CCC1's got control of Bristol here.
Yeah, gonna take it quickly, and the tower goes down. The city's gonna be reduced, and is gonna be able to take the city.
Yeah, in the meantime, at least you were well protected, Old. And you have the castle in there, that is holding still. Yeah, because you've been fighting anyways, your own fight down here.
Yeah, like I said, I've been playing kind of catch up since the beginning, so I was just trying to harass. You see, I basically have no army. I'm just trying to keep him down here. I don't want him rotating up. So that was all my.
Yeah.
My only thing in my head was because I saw him put some siege up here in the middle to try and harass Rui. So I'm just thinking like I just got to keep him from wanting to leave. He's got a small city. I could be able to take that if he moves. So I was just like, let me just keep him here. That was all I was thinking about.
Yeah, and we do see here the Furkman has unupgraded heavy infantry, which are, they're good, but they're not great against cavalry, and these heavy British archers are getting slaughtered. 3 sieges from CCC1.
Those raids in the back by CCC1.
Yeah, the raids.
Yeah, this 2-horse archers absolutely destroying the Furkman's economy.
Yeah.
Really, really good. Nice play there. I've been really impressed. I think we've only seen some minor blunders from CCC1, a couple micro mistakes. Some like not using repairs and
not using the resources. He's just got way too many resources. He could be way further ahead right now.
Yeah, but still is playing decently well. Here we see olddirtyh has actually managed to take the city surprisingly. Is pumping out units now.
That was a good comeback.
I actually think this is a mistake on your part, olddirtyh. You actually don't want to be making this many phalanx. You should just focus on aging and then getting more cavalry in.
Yeah,
because
I agree. I was thinking that too, but again, I just didn't want him rotating. So let me keep pressure.
Yeah, definitely. That is true. That is true. Your goal at this point is to just make it so that Rui is able to take down the Maya player, which Rui seems to be walking over the Maya player. I'm not really sure what happened here.
Exactly. Because I didn't know how long Furkman was going to be able to survive. There's no way I could rotate up to him.
Yeah. I see. I see what happened here. The Maya player went for Commerce 2 before aging. Please don't do this. If when you're up against a German opponent who's just aged, never click on Commerce 2. You just want to age, get your units, and get an army so you can hold off and let your Despot player just kill the British player because looks like CCC1 is way ahead. Has actually aged up before the Maya player. Really nice work from CCC1, but unfortunately Yarmax is not doing the right thing here. You just want to age up as fast as possible, basically, if you're in this situation.
And you can see Furkman's basically on death's door right here. He's in big trouble.
Yeah, has a single tower, economy shattered, 23 population.
Yeah, it's just brutal, man.
Yeah, CCC1 could totally just walk in right now. Has 3 sieges. There's no army right now. There's a hoplite, an archer, and then there's another hoplite and archer in here, and then obviously the sender and all the militia. But looks like the Furkman's going to die, or at least give away a cap sack unless Rui goes back, which I don't think Rui should. Should just continue pressing. On this side, olddirtyh has managed to take this, but where did Jack Sparrow's army go? Let's see. Oh, I guess olddirtyh, you want to fight? I'm not really sure.
Back.
Yeah, I think I finally just was able to kill him. Maybe I don't remember. I didn't see it.
Yeah, sorry folks. I should have caught that, but alas.
Yeah, I should have too. I was just so focused on Furkman, I didn't realize how bad he was doing. I was like, man, this is bad. So,
yeah, we do see Colossus go up, but we do see CCC1 has taken the city of London, has upgraded medieval age units now, and I'm really interested to see what will happen. Furkman's still age 2, so no Forbidden City. Yarmax finally ages. Really should have aged.
He's got a decent timer though, at least almost 5 minutes. So that was good.
And Rui says, I go. I think, yeah, considering the fact that olddirtyh is now ahead of the Bantu player somehow, I think, yeah, it is right for Rui to try and go back and save his ally. They have taken control of silver, which is good for them, and if Rui can get to gunpowder age, maybe can make something happen. If you look at the scores, though, there is a big difference. I'm not really sure where the score dip happened. I guess, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, CCC1 loses the city because wasn't paying attention. The timer's a little bit faster now. That's going to give the Furkman extra, 20 or so seconds. You want to start these catapults sieging immediately and start raising stuff immediately.
Yeah, and you see Furkman's back above 5 minutes, so that was a nice reset for him.
Yeah. We do see also CCC1 is just floating tons and tons of resources. Get Civic 1, start pumping out more units, make some caravans, because, at this point, Rui's most likely going back. And you just need units. Rui is going for the capital, which I think is an excellent choice, completely unprotected.
Yep.
And it looks like there's very little army from Yarmax. Losing those cities early on really has hurt him. And olddirtyh, you're going for commerce here because you have no food, which I think is a good choice. If you have the resources, you might as well spend them.
Yeah,
Rui
exactly.
is the one who can tip the balance, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
Rui's definitely he's in the driver's seat here, and he's playing. He's the MVP of our team for sure.
Yeah,
So-
Rui's definitely playing really well. Gonna take the capital of Gonage, and that's really gonna hurt. If CCC1 had raised the Senate earlier, that could have been an easy just build a Senate in a different city. Rui finishes the capital and or finishes the Colossus, I mean, and CCC1's timer is a little bit longer than the Ferkman's, but the Verkman's pretty much out of it at this point, and CCC1 is still in the game, has a medieval age army, decent size, a lot of floating resources, which is really bad, puts down a bunch of production buildings, which is a good choice, but
Yeah.
should have put those down way earlier, should have started pumping out units. On this
Yeah,
side,
And
uh,
down there,
And you'll start to see CCC1 starts getting frustrated here. He starts really kind of raging toward his team. But he's just in a bad spot. What are you going to do?
yeah, and it looks like this game is going to be over because how are they going to deal with Rui at this point? CCC1 has the highest score by far, and that's because that's in spite of him being a despot player.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's really going to be hard
I mean,
to
he
deal
was
with.
using diamonds at least, so that helped a bit.
Yeah, definitely.
oh yeah.
So-
But the other team members, like, I'm not, look at the economies of Yarmax and Jack Sparrow, just not really up to par with to be able to face Rui here. Let's take a look at Oldie's economy. Oldie, you've got a lot of horse archers, which we don't really see that often in army compositions. Can you talk about that choice to have a lot of horse archers? I mean.
Yeah, well, the Bantu light infantry is super fast, and I know the horse archers are pretty efficient against them. I didn't see what his composition was, so I was like, I'm going to focus on horse archers because they can move around and snipe. So I was just using it as like a snipe, more like for sniping.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Like against light infantry, that was my thought.
Oh man,
So-
but for sure you could have spared one or two just to go bouncing around the mountains and the camps. I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
good
That's true.
choice for attacking, but I have noticed that the damage that you do with a composition of, call it two raiders of this one, I mean,
Yep.
is way higher than the cost. It does cost you to spare them from the army. But that means that you have to be, more active, of course. I mean, going back to the raids, going back to the raiders, then organizing your attack, then, all together then sums up
Yeah.
a lot.
I also like too the ranged cavalry for sniping despot or the supply wagon.
Yeah, just take out the
attrition.
Yeah, take out the
So
supply
let's-
wagon or the general. Yep, definitely.
Yeah, so I like them for that reason too. So against light infantry and against supply wagons, they're just much more efficient.
We see here a really excellent choice from the part of Rui. Just parks all the army on top of the production, and that's gonna hurt. CCC1
Yeah.
should have
yeah.
put the barracks up and the stables up in this capital of London, but was not able to in time, and is now has thousands of resources in the bank and probably can make enough army to at least combat this giant German Colossus army. But without production buildings, just there's no way to do it.
Yeah.
Big mistake.
Yeah, definitely. I actually would have liked to see Rui throw down go for Mill 3 instead of Science 3, but at this point, it's doing really well. Some unsportsmanlike dialogue here.
Yeah.
You lost. Like you're losing the game. It's like I don't know. I mean, there are a lot of reasons why you guys are losing this game. But one of which is the production buildings. Look at all those resources that are floating. Rui resigns.
Yeah, I mean, I understand his frustration. Totally, I do. But like, you have thousands of resources. You could go back, take your capital. You could still pretty much hold at the top. You don't have to blame your team. I thought that
No,
was
definitely
really
not.
just bush-like move. And it was just not a good move on CC1's part. I didn't like that play at all. Very, very unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, I mean, anyways, there was such a lack of communication. I mean, how are you blaming your mates when you didn't even write
exactly.
anything, communicate anything? I mean,
That's right.
right, it will have been different if you say, "Hey, help me," and they still don't go. But
Yeah.
it's a different case.
I mean, we could pretty much fast forward now. I mean, it's just too much.
Let's do that.
We could just go to
To completely change conversation topics, can we take a moment to appreciate how cool these heavy horse archers look from Oldie's part? Like, can we take a moment?
Thank you.
They look
Yes.
very cool. Okay. Anyways, I'm fast forwarding.
Especially when they're upgraded, they look really amazing.
Yeah. And that's one of the
Oh,
great
yeah.
things about Rise of Nations. Just the the units and the graphics and the terrain, everything just looks so nice. I think.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's like it really feels like you're playing. It really feels like everything's very realistic.
And in my defense, I only have 6 Torch Archers. It's not that many. Let's be honest. Come on, it's not that bad. And I've got 6 crossbowmen too to go with them now.
Yeah.
So.
Rui says 21 heavy infantry. Nice.
But you didn't get that
he's
many.
got Colossus. I mean, we're just this was basically just to let these guys practice. You see Yarmax resign. Yarmax was messaging me off chat. He just said, "Hey, Jack just wants to practice." But yeah, no problem. So we let him kind of play a little more just to practice. It was fine for us.
No worries. Let's take a look at the chat quickly, because I wasn't really looking at it. All right, who's here? Hey, we see Yarmax. Hi, what's up? Really nice to see you in a game, and as well as your team. Oops, sorry, I'm dragging everywhere. And then we also see Ian Graham, who's Sermon, I believe, right? Hey, Sermon.
I believe so.
We see Oscar Olafson, who's obviously Connor McDavid. What's up? And we see Master 8. Hey, Sheer. You haven't read my... I don't think you've replied to my messages on Steam, so if you could do that, that'd be awesome. Thanks. But yeah, anyways, we're seeing some good discussion in the chat. Thank you guys very much. Yeah, Alan, I agree with you. The raids from CCC 1 were really, really good. Definitely killed White. I think they were really excellent. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think ultimately they lost this game because I think it was a mix of Yarmax was not able to hold off Rui for long enough, and also Jack Sparrow was a little bit too passive. I think Oldie did a good job of pushing, making sure Jack Sparrow stayed in the cities, and not rotated to help the teammates, which I think worked out. So.
Yeah, if Jack Sparrow was more aggressive, it definitely would have been tough for me. So I just have to play defense constantly the whole time. But fortunately, I was able to push a little bit there, so it helped a little bit.
Yeah, all right, that is GG.
But it was mostly on Rui. Rui carried the team.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Rui,
if you look at the number of kills, wow, a big difference there. Let's take a look at the stats. Rui clearly with the MVP of that game. Was able to beat Yarmax in a 1v1 pretty much, and then rotate up top and take out CCC1. Alright, anyways, really, really nice play here, and I do think we saw some good improvement from 4Netters from their first match. Good work. Obviously, still made mistakes, but that's okay. We're all learning, we're all getting better.
Yep.
Yeah. Alright, so that is going to be 1-0 in favor of Old Papi Nutz. Do you guys want to talk? Do you guys just want to talk about things quickly while I update the nations and stuff on my graphic?
Okay.
Sure.
So time to speak about stuff.
Sorry, I realized I wasn't too specific, but
okay, no, it's okay. We can speak about stuff. So, what do you guys think about the horoscope? You guys think it's real?
Well, I mean, it depends on the day, right? Depends what day of the week it is.
No, of the planet. It depends of the planet, not of the day.
Well, whatever. I don't know. See, so much I know about it. So that's what I know.
So it does depend. Supposedly, according to the influence of the planet, you get to feel that you need to play more or less. So that can, influence. Let's keep it in mind.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. That's a good to keep in mind there. But I will say this about last game. Even though CCC1's a prick and he went out like a little biatch, he played amazing. That was about as perfect Iroquois play as you could play with the raids, with the constant pressure, a little mismanagement of the resources, but that's a good one to watch for a lot of new players that don't really know how to use Iroquois early. That's a good way to use Iroquois, even though CCC1 was very unsportsmanlike, but he did do a good job early.
Yeah, just for that. Communicate a little bit more with your teammates. But definitely did do a good job playing in that 1v1 pretty much against the British player. All right, so
don't emulate his attitude, but emulate his Iroquois play.
Yeah,
that's what I'll say.
All right, so let's take a look at the updated graphic here. I also need to change the score, of course. Sorry. So it is 1-0 in favor of Old Papi Nutz. All right, so I think that was definitely a game where we saw really the power of Iroquois, right? We saw where the Iroquois player was basically able to get on top of the British player and stop them from doing much of anything at all.
And against British is very impressive because, like you said, those archers are just brutal. But he was still able to give them trouble with the horses.
Yeah, and so we've seen the British be one of the most popular nations, both picks and bans for this tournament, and I think this shows like this is one way to beat them. Just get up in their face, don't let them get to 125 eco, and just kill them outright. Because if they do have that eco and they do take a little bit longer to like click into place, if you will, and so if you can really take advantage of that. I mean, that is one way to beat them really, really effectively.
Yeah, but again, also I have to give thumbs up just for Iroquois. Like Iroquois with the heavy infantry early raid, it can be lethal.
Yeah,
and he also did it very well in that case. Took advantage of all of that. And at the same time, I will say, Oldie, you just made your point explaining about the Russians. How the territory, how the attrition, how all the border push can actually make the difference. Because being from the corner, I found it very awesome that you managed to own all that big territory by the end and actually overcome. You actually went through your enemies. You crushed them.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. It was all Rui really set the table there, and I think Jack was just too passive, like Paris said earlier, so that would have helped him a bit. But again, that early Russian attrition, it really forced the Bantu back because he didn't have Dustbot, so he couldn't do much until medieval. But unfortunately, he was a little slow to age, so I was able to survive. So I'm happy to do that.
All right, so let's jump into game number 2 here. I will say, I think that game I've seen. I think I've seen games where the Russian benefit was like super duper helpful, but I also think that game was like Oldie wasn't actively hurt that he was Russians. I think like there are obviously speed wise it was a little tough, but it was like the border push and stuff kind of balanced out. It wasn't like super
and I was able
amazing,
to finish with like 300 something ruins.
Yeah,
so that helped too.
Definitely. All right, so I'm gonna load up game number 2 now. Here we go. Game number 2. So if you're just joining us today, this is AS Eat the Pair talking. As usual, I'm joined by olddirtyh, and today also we have Lat Quetzalcoatl joining us for the cast. This is Old Papi Nutz versus 4Netters. Old Papi Nutz won game number 1, and so now we are on to game number 2. It looks like we have a different set of players. I'm at 1 second when you guys are ready.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1. Let's hit it. All right. So we've got Great Lakes. Sometimes some people don't like playing it because the games can go rather long, but I mean, Rise of Nations is one of those games that the games go rather long. So I don't know. I mean, what are you asking for when you sign up for this sort of RPG?
Yeah.
All right, or not RPG, RTS. RPGs are different. Sorry. Let's take a look at the players and the nations. Keep in mind that we're on Great Lakes. olddirtyh with Turks, the Furkman with Dutch, Rui with French. Against Jack Sparrow with Persians, Raptor_11 with Chinese, and Yarmax with Turks. Looks like they swapped out CCC1 for Raptor_11.
Well, I mean, CCC1 mentioned that he never wants to play with him ever again, so I don't think you'll see him.
Oh, there you go.
Ever again. So, whatever. That's a big city.
I'll just say that's a yikes for me.
When I find out that the game starts in Lakes, I just take a sigh because I know this is gonna be a long game.
Well, we'll have to see. We do have 2 Turks players and a French player. Yeah. I don't know.
Yes.
I think this game's actually going to be quite short. If it's assuming Rui goes for what we know is my personal favorite build, the Com2 Despot. Absolutely
French, yes.
Disgusting with French especially. And also, Turks are really great too. We'll have to see what these players do. We saw Rui was quite the seasoned player last game. Was able to pretty much single-handedly take his team to victory. And on the other side, Persians with their elephants are really, really great on this map. Chinese with cheaper research, especially if cheaper science research if the game goes long, and fire lances, which are awesome in medieval age. Really interested to see what comes out of these players. The only pick I don't really like is the Dutch pick, or the only nation I don't particularly like for this map is Dutch, because I don't know. I just think they're not the best. They're better on maps like Outback and Watering Hole. This is probably the worst water map for them in my opinion. But they're still okay.
Do you think? But unless they can
I disagree.
boom.
It depends where you're at with Dutch on this map. And
Yeah.
I think if you get the pocket like Furkman has, that's actually a good spot for him. so he can boom pretty good there. You know, unfortunately, if you look at the lake situation, we didn't get the best lakes in the lineup in the back there.
Yeah, sure. Let's take a quick look at the location. We do have on the left side, Jack Sparrow, Yarmax, and Raptor. They're on the left side. They have a 3-fish and a 3-fish, not the best. And on the other side, we have Ruri, Ferkman, and olddirtyh with a 4-fish, a 1-fish, and a 3-fish. Everybody has kind of bad lakes. Usually on a 3v3 map, there's at least one lake with 5 fish in it, but guess not for this case.
Yeah, well, I think the only big lake was in. Well, there is a 5-fish in the middle.
Yeah.
But
there's a 4 with on top next to Ruri's capital, which is going to be good for him. It's not bad.
But then this one was a kick in the balls. The one right here next to Ferkman. It looks pretty big and it's got 1 fish.
Yeah, that's so sad.
At least 3.
Yeah, this looks like there should be one like here and one on the bottom here, but no, it's just 1 fish.
There's only 1.
That's so sad.
Yeah, it's brutal. So misleading.
Yeah, rip. Anyways, let's take a look at the wood. So it looks like oldie, you've got only 5 wood, which is a bit disappointing for lakes. Usually you have more wood. Everybody else looks like they have a 7 or a 6 or something like that. Actually, Raptor also has only a 5. Although there is a much larger wood camp over here, so it's a bit of a blunder to go for a +5 when you have I think a +7 or 8 or something like that here on this side. Over here, there's a +4 for Jack Sparrow, so it looks like 4Netters did get the short end of the stick here, and the only other wood is a +2, which kind of sucks. But you know, you got to make do with what you have, especially when we saw that game with Byrak yesterday. We do see in the chat Connor is going like, "What, Raptor?"
Yeah, he's
yikes.
Just different name. Yeah, it's all good.
Wait, is Raptor registered? Is this? What?
Yeah, no, it was a different the different name. They registered the different name wrong, but it's the same guy. They have different names.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure because you know, if there was something wrong, we could have paused the cast and tried to figure out what happened. But
no, we're fine.
Okay, let's take a quick look at the ruins here. It's 4 minutes. Looks like oldie, you've done a great job scouting. You have 175 ruins, and Jack Sparrow unfortunately has 0. Big rip. Everybody else has like 3 to 5, which is pretty typical.
Yeah, it's going on the average. I mean, from the very beginning, this map to me just means that it will go slow. You know, usually I will say this map, it goes slow. I mean, you can have the raid, easy to raid because you go towards the middle and from then, whatever you want to go. But I will, some people actually say that it is very important to grasp the middle of this map, like the very center.
Yeah.
So sometimes Lakota second city is built right in the middle.
Yeah,
take advantage, from there.
I think for me, it's like the point is you want to take control of the middle. It's not you don't actually have to have territory there. You just need to have you need to be able to use the rares in the middle most of the time, or like the.
It gives you an alternate way, a separate road, because of course this map. I mean, if you don't have a second axis, then the defensive player usually is just like standing behind castles and towers, and as bad as it can get.
Definitely, and it can be really frustrating to play against all of those roadblocks, I guess, towers and stuff, as you said.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the rares, because on this map, games usually go long, and rares are really, really important. So let's start with 4Netters this time. On the top side, they've got Citrus. Let's see, they have Spice, which is a knowledge rare. They have Relics, which is a great knowledge rare. They've got Cotton in the middle there. On the bottom side, they've got Papyrus, which is an insane rare on this map. It's a knowledge rare and it decreases science research. They've got Wool, which is another knowledge rare. That's good for them. And then in the center, to be contested, is Tobacco and Obsidian.
Yep.
Those are the two ones that are and Wine. Those are the ones that are contestable. They're all knowledge rare, so they're pretty good. And then on the other side, we see. For the team of Old Papi Nutz, they've got furs, they've got peacocks, horses, marble, amber, die. And I didn't want to point it out earlier because I wanted to talk about it for a bit. Silk. These look like insane rares for Rui, especially. This is like ridiculous. Like horses, basically horses, furs, and silk are, you know, you can't really ask for much else as a despot or as a French Com2 despot player. Maybe salt or wine.
Situation. We have wine too in the middle. So.
Oh yeah, right. Those are insane rares.
Peacocks. It's good for your population.
So I mean, we'll have to see. I think this game's gonna come down to a long game versus a short game because 4Netters has the better long-term rares. They have relics and Papi. Papi's like, it's so good that it kind of makes up for a lot of the other.
And relics
rares
too.
And relics.
Really,
really good. We do see here some. We saw this earlier with some other teams. When you're on lakes, you usually never go Commerce 1 then Civ 1. Like, never, ever. And Connor, I see you like Paranomad just chilling behind the fence. Yeah, that's true. We saw that in game number 1 pretty much, Oldie employing that tactic, just trying to keep Jack Sparrow at the time, who's the Bantu player, in his cities and not going to help his teammates. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. The build here from Raptor, choosing to go Commerce than Civic, I don't really like it. I think you really, like on this map, you usually just wait. Raptor could have built another wood camp.
You would expect way more aggression out of Turks, not the Civ.
Oh yeah, you're right. Turks player also went for this early on. I meant the Chinese player, but yes, also the Turks player went for the same build. And in fact, all three of them went for the same build. Commerce 1 and then Civic 1. You know, it can be not terrible if you use it, if you have like a use for it, but I don't know, I would just rather build more fish.
The only time I see a use for it on lakes is if there's a Lakota opponent and you really want to like take up a bunch of landmass around your city.
Yeah, or you are the Lakota opponent and you want to grab the center territory nice and fast.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of it. Or if there's like a rare you want to cover, like for example, we have furs at the top. It might be worth trying to get that covered up, but you know, other than that, I agree with Pear. It's typically avoidable to go Civ. Yeah,
and it looks Oldie. It looks like you're going for a wonder here. Your food income's a little bit low, but you're gonna get enough fish soon enough. It looks like you're gonna go for a wonder. This is the standard wonder build. If you don't know, it's commerce first, and then science, and then you skip Civ and mill, and you go for the age, and then you age up to classical and put down a wonder. Either Hang Gardens or Colossus is the best, but Pyramids is okay. It's acceptable.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we see here.
Come on, pyramids are very okay.
What? Sorry.
Pyramids are very okay, I think.
Yeah, they're good, but compared to Colossus or Hanging Gardens, they're probably
true.
a
Yeah,
little
it's
lower.
kind of incomparable.
Yeah.
I mean, even in when you are already in the third or fourth age, I mean, if you have the chance to build a wonder, you know, I think that pyramids will still be a good
I will say
choice.
pyramids carries its value more than Hanging Gardens in the long run because you get that extra save and the food bonus.
Yeah.
But early on, Hanging Gardens with that extra 50 knowledge and the cheaper upgrades.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Grand Regions is really nice.
And Oldie, it looks like you are going for Colossus. I think interesting choice. I think given the situation, I think you guys should have just gone for a double Com2 Despot build, and neither of you ever Civ 1 and just killed your opponents like that. But, you know, I think this is acceptable as well. Your opponents expect an early attack out of Turks, and, you know, if you get Colossus up nice and early, you know, it can really throw a wrench in their plans to try and turtle and defend against you.
Yeah, well, typically my attitude on lakes is, like, someone's got to get Colossus just so they don't get it. That was kind of more the idea.
That's fair. So, and as the Turks player, you are the fastest player on your team, so I guess it is kind of up to it's your responsibility, kind of.
And then I saw the other Turkey Civ, so I was like, it's basically a free wonder at this point. I didn't feel a lot of pressure. Plus, you see Ferkman rotated down. He's got a barracks with me, so we can defend if a rush does come.
Yeah,
so,
and that's a good choice. We do see the Dutch player hoarding a lot of resources. Probably, it looks like going to use Silk, for Com2, which I think is an excellent choice. Should get another wood camp soon and start pumping out a couple villagers, but otherwise it's an excellent choice.
And you can see that Dutch power kick get in here. Look at that, plus 134 in the ancient age.
Yeah,
with
and
only
that does
one.
reward you for being like, I guess
Yeah.
reward you for being slightly inefficient.
And you can see it just keeps going up and up. So that is one benefit of just hoarding for being Dutch, because you just keep getting that commerce bonus.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know if it ever caps. Does it cap, or does it just keep going
No,
up?
it's plus 50 above your commerce cap. I know that because
okay, so plus 50.
I know that because of scenarios. That's always a really powerful bonus. It's just basically plus 50
Yeah.
extra commerce cap. Not quite as good as British,
Yeah.
but still very good.
Yeah.
I mean, this
well,
was a good turn for Dutch.
Yeah. And you see the raid here. This was a very frustrating raid, as they came on my tobacco, so it slowed my production. That's my only rare I was using to try and get the Colossus up quicker.
Where?
It slowed
Oh
me
yeah,
down
here.
when-
Yeah, we're about to
they
see it. I'm at 11-19 right now, and they're gonna snipe tobacco. That's definitely annoying. Good job for Raptor getting that raid nice and early. And has gone for Science 2. I actually would have liked to see Science 3, but using Papi, but whatever. Like, look at how cheap this is. Only 288 food. That's such a steal.
Yeah, it's like free almost for China.
Yeah.
So.
But that can also be the trick about lakes, that it gives you the sensation that is that slow, that you can go Science 2, Science 3, oh, Commerce 2, why not? Before aging, because if you're not having a raid on top of you, then you're just having all the time in the world, because perhaps the other player is doing something similar anyways.
Yeah.
Perhaps not. That's what makes the difference.
Yeah. We do
But,
see a really
yeah,
nice raid here from Raptor on Die. Gonna kill both of those merchants, and that's gonna be a bit painful. You don't want to take early damage, especially in a game that goes long, having to spend more money on merchants and stuff. I don't know why the Furkman's building a second library. This, I imagine, is a misclick. I don't really know.
Yeah, it might have been, or maybe just trying to use wood up. Just the old pair philosophy, just use it.
Yeah, I think that's why I don't really like Dutch, because my heuristic anyways is to always just spend your resources when you have them.
Yeah.
Hey, does the library give you a bonus when you build it, or none?
No bonus. It does let you research 2 texts at the same time, technically, if you're researching 2 texts.
Yeah, so that's nice.
Yeah, but it's like not.
And it can be used as like kind of defensive. You can use this put in places to keep high away and stuff like that. So it's good for that kind of stuff.
Yeah. We do see here the what was I saying? On this side, we see the Chinese player has gone for Science 2 before aging, and if you look at the Persian player, they've gone for Commerce 2, Science 2. I think this is a good choice from the Persian player. Commerce 2 as Persians is really awesome because you want to get that food income to plus 150 as soon as possible, and then also plus 200, so you can afford as many elephants as possible. But this is a really late aging time. I think it might hurt him, especially if Rui decides to get aggressive, which it looks like he is going to go for Mill 2. I would have liked to see a Com 2 come out of Rui, but it's a bit late. I guess Silk is very far away, so. We see some water raids starting.
We found Silk kind of late too, so I think it was already too late.
Yeah, it was already too late to go for that, yeah.
Yeah. So. But you can see Yarmax is starting to get in a position here to get aggressive. Jack Sparrow's has got I didn't notice that. He's got a barracks over on Yarmak's side. Maybe they were going to try and triple here? I don't know.
Yeah, but Jack Sparrow is actually going Science 2 and Commerce 2. I mean, he's going big.
Yeah, and I think it's not a. I think it's a good choice, but I think it's a little slow on execution. If you're going for Commerce 2, you can't have 100 eco. You have to build another wood camp, build some more fishermen, in order to make it worth it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, because if you don't like get all the production range that it gives you, then it's worthless. I mean, it's rather the opposite. You waste resources on it, and you're not even using it. So.
Yeah, definitely.
And it looks like Rui's going to go center here, which is going to break Pear's heart because Pear loves the French
Rui. Oh well, okay.
Sorry, buddy.
I mean, it's fine. I think given that you didn't go.
He didn't go Civ 2, so he needs to make up the difference. So it's
fair.
You
I mean, I think
it's understandable.
Yeah. I guess like because he didn't go Commerce early, I think going standard now is a good choice. Just play standard at this point. Unfortunately, you've lost like a lot of the very high ceiling of French, but if played well, you could still be really, really effective. That's still a pretty decent economy. Would like to see a couple more fish come out. But aside from that,
and you still get the supply
good.
wagon, so the supply wagon is going to help you when you get into the opponent territory.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, so.
And the sender in a long-term game can be a lot better than than Despot, even if the French.
And then you can always go
powerful.
Monarch, and the French Monarchs just.
Yeah, those are
sick.
filthy.
Yeah, just super unstoppable. So we'll see.
We see a nice little raid here from Yarmak's gonna try and take out this Silk Arm Merchant. This is actually not exactly what you want to do. When you target down, you want to actually target the weaker one because you see this Cataphract's about to get bribed.
Yeah.
And that was not worth it. Now, if you lose that Cataphract, it was definitely not worth it. Good reaction time on Oldie's part. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the
I've
number of
noticed that they haven't picked Aztecs. I mean, and that's become actually very common. So no early raids in that sense.
Yeah, I don't think Aztecs were banned either, were they? It was
No,
Greeks,
I'm surprised that nobody's picked Aztecs.
Yeah.
And we do see here, Jack Sparrow has 900 wells, 850 wells, and doesn't have any scholars. So would really like to build some scholars. Come on.
But he's using relics and Papi at least.
Yeah, that's a good, but it's
Yeah,
I guess it's better than one full university. 30 that's 45.
Yeah. So it's
but still
not too shabby. Because one of the benefits of Persia 2, you get the free taxation upgrades, so you automatically get that plus. Was it 20% increase for the rares?
Yeah, I think it's 20%. Yep.
Yeah. So you see, he's getting from relics, he's getting plus 22 maybe or something like that. Plus 22.
Plus 20.
Plus 24. Plus 24.
Plus 24, yep. And then on Papi, it's plus 12, plus 12, yep. But still, it's gonna hurt. Look at Rui, who has now 2 full universities, infinite queuing scholars, which I think is an excellent choice, has plus 90. So even though it doesn't have relics or Papi, still has double the knowledge income. Now we do see here the scholars being built. Should have been built way earlier.
But you can see that Persian wealth is just unbelievable. 100 plus 128, 800 gold, just kind of chilling there. 700 something gold.
Yeah.
So
wow.
That's great wealth income there.
Needs another city, and is going to get the other city, so you can get some wood. I actually would have liked to see a civ back from the first city, just so you can make sure you get wood. Especially this big camp, because otherwise Com 2 is not really. I don't think Com 2 was worth it at all. Getting that early on. Should have just aged.
And you see, Yarmax is preparing for an attack here. He's got a nice little army coming together. He's got a fort up. So
yeah, and this fort is in an excellent position. Very forward. Going to push the territory.
Get a general out. So that'll be nice. He's going to put a city there in front of the fort now. So this is great. Great building here from Yarmax.
Yeah, definitely. Would like to see the economy be a little higher. Plus 200 is the total. You should be building more units. City in the front of the fort, which is an excellent position though. Nice choice. And let's see how Oldie's been doing. Has started building that economy up a little bit. Obviously, going Colossus early is a bit, it's going to slow you down a bit. But has been working on that economy. Still a little bit lackluster, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's my gold's pretty good. My food's decent, but my wood just sucks. I couldn't get enough wood right here.
Definitely.
Unfortunately, wood sucks, so I had to build back to try and get more wood.
Yeah, and fortunately, I guess you do have this big camp over here. But you didn't go Com too early, and so it's going to be a little bit annoying.
Yeah, exactly. So it slowed me down a little bit, but whatever.
Yeah.
I got a decent sized army, so it's not all too bad.
Yeah, just make sure you don't die. Yeah, pretty decent army so far.
And Ferk was there to help, so I felt, I could catch up.
Yep.
But that's actually another important thing. Make sure you don't die with your army. I mean, how to balance when sometimes, you go all the way through with your army, with your attack, and you're so determined to take that city that sometimes you just commit suicide with your army. But when you see that the situation is not going as you expected, just save as many troops as you can and go back, flee from there.
Definitely. And here we see a really good opportunity for the Turk player. Seriously, just sell some of your metal and put down Hanging Gardens or Research Science 3.
Yep.
Just or build a bunch more scholars. Like, you have so much metal, you're not using it right now. Put down Hanging
Or
Gardens,
just do
get
mill
that
3
investment.
and get the tactics upgrade.
Yeah.
Expand your army.
Yeah, I think you need medieval age for that. Yeah, you do need medieval age, but yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm thinking he was medieval already.
Yeah, no worries. But
And I see him in the chat here. He just says, should I age or go mill 3? I have pop limit, so maybe go mill 3 to get the pop limit up.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard to say exactly. I think you should probably age. I think. Well, actually.
Yeah.
No, actually, wait, no. You shouldn't, because you can get discount from your opponent's aging. So you should mill first and then age. Mill first,
Yeah, that's
spam
true.
some more scholars,
That's true.
sell some of your metal, and then age, and then get science 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good choice, I think. Also, Rui,
And that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
So it's good.
and Rui's aging now. Has a forward city, has a forward fort, another university coming up. This is pretty standard. Rui's looks like he's just playing pretty standard Lakes build. Max out scholars, get that economy nice and high.
Yeah.
But if you compare, Jack Sparrow's economy is way better. It's just the knowledge income that's kind of lacking and putting him a little bit behind. You gotta spam some more scholars. At this point, I wouldn't mind from Jack Sparrow if he also put down Hanging Gardens or even pyramids. Both pyramids are excellent with the Elephant Nation. Get extra commerce cap for the most important resources. But
And we see Rui age now, so it's gonna, as Perry mentioned wisely, it's gonna make all the age cheaper for the other side. So kind of did them a favor there.
Yeah, but also Rui does have a decent army so far, and it's gonna probably start pushing. It looks like. Well, actually not. I don't know about that.
Yeah, it's going. It's going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wish Rui would send a unit over to Silk and use Silk now. A merchant over to Silk, I mean, because I think that would be really helpful. But I don't know. I don't see any. Do you guys see any?
Well, you see, Raptor's got 4 or 5 heavy cavalry in the middle here going for raids, so that's pretty aggressive.
Yeah, I think it's a good choice. You have all those units. You might as well just get in there. Raptor has gone for Science 3 and Mill 3 before aging. I like this.
And we see
greedy
a wonder
boy.
race with the Hanging Gardens here.
Hanging Gardens race. Rui's also going to go for Hanging Gardens. All the units are pulled. Neither player is using tobacco currently, I believe, and
yeah, I got raided twice, I think.
yeah, wow, this is a lot of units building Hanging Gardens from both sides. I have no idea who's going to win.
Does anyone have the lumber upgrade? The lumber mill upgrade?
It doesn't. It looks like Raptor can research it, and but it looks like Raptor can research it, but Rui doesn't. Yeah. Wow, this is going to be close. 39 to 42. It looks like Rui is going to win just because pulled literally all the citizens instead of only some of them. And this is a mistake from Raptor's side. When you build a wonder like this, I don't know if you guys have seen Dave's video, but don't cancel your wonders. If your opponent's wonder racing you.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Forbidden City, it doesn't work on Forbidden City.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
All the other wonders, though, just let your opponent build it. You get a full refund. But I think Forbidden City, if you don't cancel it, you won't get anything. I think. I'm almost positive because I think I tried it before with Forbidden City and then I ate shit for it.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't get the refund. So
yeah.
If someone can confirm that, someone want to go in and just try that for shits and giggles, build Forbidden City versus someone else, and just see if that's true. But I think that's the only wonder where that doesn't work.
Yeah.
From my experience, anyways.
All right. All the Ages has a castle and a tower and a lookout and a second tower coming up. Really nice defense there, and it looks like you're going to start being able to take advantage of the Colossus. First of all, the wealth income's nice and high. The timber income's still a little low. I would like to see put down another wood camp near the back where you sieved for.
I meant to put one back there, and then I guess I just never did. So
sometimes you just forget, and that happens.
Yeah, I think I just forgot.
Here we see the Persian players ready for Mill 3, and let's take a look here compared to Rui. Rui's a little bit behind in terms of library, at least.
And if you look in the middle here, Raptor, he's got a nice army coming together. Composition.
And look at the army composition. That's so many knights. If Raptor can just wait like a couple more minutes and get that food income a little higher, can age very soon and just gunpowder and kill all the opponents. I see absolutely no need to make archers at this point because you just you just save up the resources and age. You don't crossbowmen are useless in gunpowder age, or not very good in gunpowder age, and you just kill your opponent.
Yeah, and those fire lances are really efficient anyway, so you don't really need them.
Yeah. Some militia from you, Oldie. I'm not really sure what these militia are doing here, but I do see you going for build 3.
Yeah, I think they were just
standing guard.
A lunch break. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Well, I think it was one of those things. I had a ton of food, so I just spammed a bunch of citizens, and I didn't have anywhere to put them, so I was just like, well, I guess I'll just make them militia.
Yeah,
so
I get you.
Help avoid the sack.
We do see here rotation from Raptor, gonna start raiding this mine. A nice quick reaction from the Ferkman. I don't know if it's gonna lose any citizens, probably 1 or 2. But this army can't. Look at Ferkman's army. Ferkman is nowhere close to being able to fight this very large army from Raptor. A ton of knights, 13 knights, and some heavy fire lances as well. There's no way.
6 fire lances is gonna light them all on fire. Yep. I know it's quite.
This entire army is weak to fire lances. So it's gonna be really tough.
That's a nice show. I really enjoy seeing fire lancers.
Yeah, seeing those guys burn up. There's one guy right there. Ah, he's burning. He's on the ground. Another one.
Oh, yikes. Oh, that poor
burning.
body.
But the graphic effect for the burning little guy,
yikes.
I say
so
that's
terrifying.
very good, you know.
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
brutal. It's psychological warfare.
Yeah. We do see here a bit of a blunder for Raptor, who's been doing really well so far. That food income. You're so close to aging. Stop spending food. Just save up food. You can mass more knights or whatever. You're also population capped, so just buy some more food. Try and age up nice and fast. And also you need to get that food income a little higher. Let's see. Is there a granary? There is a granary. There's no agriculture research, which I think would make the difference. So you gotta get that.
He's gonna go mill 4 instead of age here.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, I think that was a bad call.
Yeah.
Especially there's such a significant jump from medieval to gunpowder.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a big difference.
Yeah,
because you get all those upgrades, you get all the, of course you get the monarch or the president, plus all the units just get so much stronger. So it's just, but I guess he's just looking to spam units.
Yeah, I guess he does realize he is ahead of the Ferkman by a good amount. Ferkman only now getting mill 3. Doesn't have that much metal income, but the Dutch power is really coming in handy. Ferkman's floating tons of resources, and I guess is getting a good amount of income from that.
Yeah, the only thing hurting for him is metal and knowledge, but everything else is on fire.
Yeah, definitely. Only on this side, you're going for science 3. I think that you're getting close to aging, kind of. Get literacy soon. Oldie, what is this metal income? Look at this mine. Plus 60 metal.
He sieged my mine, and I just didn't do it. But I am putting down a smelter.
Okay, so you are putting down a smelter. My faith has been restored.
The smelter's going down. I only have 2 mines. He keeps sieging that one down, but you can see I'm gonna put forbidden in the back there, and then try and get that other mine in the back. So hopefully that'll help me.
That makes sense.
Get my metal up.
Yeah, and that's a good choice.
There was nowhere I could put. You see this little mountain, and it was Turkish siege because you see it from everywhere. I tried putting that damn mine all over that little mountain, and he kept finding it and sieging it. So, yeah.
We do see here a nice little exchange here. Yarmak says, "I go this way," and you, Oldie, who is on the opposite team, say, "I go this way," or you say, "Okay." Nice little exchange there. This looks like a terrible fight for the Ferkman. Maybe he's going to be able to snipe some knights or snipe the trebuchets because Raptor the just on A move, it looks like. But I mean, sure, it's going to slow Raptor down a bit, but it's, you're at this point, Ferkman's just throwing away army. Should just continue attacking.
He does wisely have the level 2 attrition. I think a lot of players make that mistake. Level 2 attrition does help way more than just the level 1, so that's good. He's able to burn them a little bit.
Yeah, and another thing that's I guess helping out the Ferkman a little bit more is because Raptor actually doesn't have armor. Did not research the armor at all.
Yeah.
And that's a huge blunder. Could have saved a bunch more of these units had he done that. And is now, now we see Ferkman going to snipe the supply wagon, and now all these units are going to burn, and Raptor's going to have to run back.
And the same with Yarmax here at the bottom. No supply wagon. He's just coming into a level 2 burn.
Yeah,
so that's stuff.
Yeah. At least Yarmax has armor, and all that you do as well. And again, Oldie, you're just spamming these heavy horse archers. They do look really cool. And
this time I don't know why, but I don't have a good reason for doing it this time.
Okay, just happens.
I think it just happened. Yeah, I think because I was doing it so much the game before, so I just kept doing it. I don't know
Worked
why.
for you, yeah.
You know, that's the zodiac. I'm sure that's the planet that is making the influence in you to build the horse archers.
But into my defense, he's got a bunch of javelineers, and horse archers are extremely efficient against javelineers. So you see, I'm picking his javelineers off. So.
No.
And I just took out his siege with one. So all right. So
All
my
right.
horse archer.
Yeah, not terrible, not terrible.
Yeah. But yeah, steady pressure from Raptor in the middle. Still quiet up top, but it looks like Rui's getting in position. But Jack Sparrow's got a nice army here. Look at these elephants.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
wow, that's seven elephants. Wow, and is aging now. Rui looks like with Hanging Gardens, Hanging Gardens help him catch up, but still a little slow compared to the Persian player who was greedy early on, and Rui was not able to punish that. He's close to aging though, kind of. Raptor's still not aging, and that's because it's no food. Should have gotten that agriculture research way earlier, would have made a big difference, and now on this side, the Furkman has a decent-sized army and is now contesting the army of Raptor, which we saw earlier was a lot larger, but I don't really know what happened. Just some poor trades, attrition, you know, all that.
The Furkman has splitted his army. Let's see if he manages to do the sandwich or not.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah. Rui uses the discount given by
Jack Sparrow.
To age, and Jack Sparrow does have, you know, the edge, but Jack Sparrow is population blocked and is going for Civic 3. Don't go for Civic 3. Painful. Yeah, don't go for Civic 3 in this situation. You really want to get Mill 4 or Science 4 to get either literacy or more population.
Or
really
maybe Com 3 just to get your income up, but other than that, Civ 3 doesn't really help them here.
No, I guess like taxation ? I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Free taxation.
And I would really like, so, you know, an ambush from Jack Sparrow would be absolutely devastating against his army, or a force march, just wrap around, take out these still unupgraded units. Whereas, you know, Jack Sparrow has had the time to upgrade for the most part.
Yeah, he's got his elephants upgraded first. That's a smart move. Get those gun mahots are just really, really powerful.
Yeah, it does go for the forced march, and the fight is on. Rui wisely realizes, shoot, I need to back up. I'm going to die against this massive, so many elephants.
Yeah.
Let's see, does Rui have any spies? Doesn't look like it.
Not yet, anyways.
No spies. And you know, spies are hard to use, but it happens. And we see these Mahouts.
Oh, that's another
forward,
Russian benefit, by the way. Half spies are half as much, so another benefit to use Russia.
Oh, for Russia? Yeah, I guess so.
I forgot about that last game to mention that.
And now we see Rui and Yormax are
Raptors.
Sorry.
Raptors burning all these miners here. If you can see a bunch of burnt dead bodies. From Raptors,
yeah, definitely. Oh no, another one dies. Yikes. I'm sorry, folks, for the graphic depictions. Really dead.
But hey, it's a war, so. And this is hurting Furkman's metal. Definitely.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
He's got a ton of gold, so he's all right.
Yeah, and see that metal income's not absolutely terrible because of the smelter, the best building in the game.
Which I have also.
Good job. I'm proud of you.
I do have one.
Very good.
In the back.
And on this side we see.
Got other mine.
And we see actually now the power of peacocks. Peacocks are usually not the greatest. Here we see the Furkman doubling, but peacocks are usually not the greatest. Rare, like they're good. Obviously, they give wealth and metal, which is not the best, but whatever. But plus 10% to your population limit, especially when you have Mill 3, is really a lot. That's 10 population. Usually, when you get to Mill 4, at that point, population doesn't matter so much because you're usually trading armies so much that it doesn't really matter. But you know, with a population of 100, that's very different from 110. Having your army 10 units larger can make a really big difference. Here we see a bit of a wraparound from the Furkman, and still Raptor is not aged. Could have aged way earlier and is not, and now he's just running. I have no idea why he's running. He has a larger army. I guess he doesn't realize these are all decoys. I don't know.
Yeah, he doesn't have a scout.
This is a little painful from Raptor's part.
So great use of decoys there by Furkman just to psych out his opponent.
Yeah.
That's why you should always have at least one scout, guys.
Yep.
One scout with you. But maybe it got sniped. I didn't see.
Yeah, it's hard to
Got
say.
sniped. Yeah.
Raptor says
But yeah,
two
Raptor
here.
could have
Wait.
Raptor could have aged a long time ago.
Yeah, and didn't, and now is floating thousands of resources, over 1,600 knowledge, which is so painful to look at. I don't know, research Science 4, research all the other stuff. You know, you have stuff to spend your money on. Rui goes Monarch.
Gonna take it to him here a little bit. Yeah, Rui now getting Monarch. That's gonna be just
brutal. Yeah, and I think at this point Jack Sparrow needs to either kill his army or back off a little bit because you can't really fight against a French Monarch if you don't have Monarch yourself. There's actually no cavalry right now because or not that many cavalry, only like 8 or so, because Rui is pop-capped, and as is Jack Sparrow. So I think Jack Sparrow needs to start either take a good fight with his army, or do something with that. Here we see a bit of a mistake. You don't actually want to use these elephants just charging forward. How elephants work is their ranged attack is it actually does the same damage, so they're basically like ranged cavalry, but they can also hit with a physical attack that doesn't actually do any damage.
right.
And it looks like Jack Sparrow is going to get the army completely wiped because these heavy cavalry from the French are so strong with Monarch.
Monarch and a supply wagon, so you can double healing.
Yeah, I don't know why Jack Sparrow is still staying to fight. This is just going to lose these units completely. Basically, just threw away a really good opportunity there, or there was basically a risky spot for Jack Sparrow, and Rui just completely took advantage of it. Look at that army compared to Jack Sparrow, who lost the entire army. Yikes.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the bottom side here. Both Turk players have aged. I see you're upgrading troops, Oldie, with a lot of horse archers still, but they'll be gunpowder things first. We see 6 spies from Yarmax.
Yeah, good spy use by
Yarmax. There's only a single scout from Oldie. There is an observation post, and so we'll have to see how the spies work in this battle. Oldie's taking a fight before finishing upgrading heavy knights, which is not the best. These spies are going to be useful. Let's see how many bribes we can see here. Oops.
Yeah, he's got a ton of spies.
At least 2 bribes so far, and these spies are still continuing to be annoying. A 3rd bribe. That's really good for Yarmax. That's a nice little trade there. Gets to take a lot of those units. I see Oldie's doing a good job kiting backwards. That's what you want to do against spies. Just they move a little bit slower than your army, so you can kind of back off and pick them off one by one, hopefully. And now Yarmax has the opportunity to start pushing in, starts pummeling that fort. Let's see. Yarmax has 2nd armor, whereas Oldie also has 2nd armor.
Well, Rui is owing on the top.
Yeah, it's absolutely destroying. That fight that Jack Sparrow took was really not a good one against a Monarch opponent.
He lost all those elephants, and Persian elephants are just so much more expensive than Indian ones, so it just takes forever to rebuild them.
Well, that's like, 2 in a row. Good for Rui. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, this Ferkman's holding in the middle here pretty nicely now against this Chinese army.
Yeah, Raptor had a huge edge, huge tech lead, and a huge army lead, but kind of just gave it away because, 1, mismanagement of army, and 2, not spending your money, not aging when you should have. That's really going to hurt. And now it looks like the bottom side is a bit of a stalemate, right? We see here they're both just fighting, and it's not clear who's going to come out on top. Maybe Oldie will come out on top. But on the middle side, the Ferkman is ahead, at least in army size, and Rui is really crushing on the top side. So I don't know. I mean, it looks like it's going to be a really tough game for 4Netters to win, despite their really promising start.
Oh, did you see how the Ferkman just made that move on the water? I think that's also very important. I mean, when you are able to use the water, because it gets you way faster than going all the way around on the land. However, there's the importance if you're controlling or not, because olddirtyh, you had some ships in it, but yeah, it was good.
Yeah, and it's good once you get to gunpowder to start getting ships out. I was a little late to do that, but finally I got some upgrades coming here to get some ships in the
Yeah.
water.
And we do see, Oldie, you've gone for president, as you love to do. Fine. I mean, it's fine.
Well, I'm on
here.
my heels here, so
Yeah.
I just went for the defensive mode, and I saw Rui was doing pretty well up top. Like, once again, it's one of those things.
Yeah.
Just don't die.
Yeah,
Survive,
exactly.
you know?
Yeah. I think it's fine. Like, it's
Yeah.
you know,
I know it's not your favorite move, but for me,
it's
I
fine.
had
Yeah,
to-
it works for you. Whatever.
yeah, it's better than nothing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Yeah.
better than no upgraded government.
Wow, now we have a full map aggressions happening in the north, happening also in the south, and in the middle there are some
Yeah, kind of a
raids.
standoff going on here in the
And we
middle.
do see here, in the chat, Suleiman, who I believe is Yarmax, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yarmax says they've been playing for 3 months. Wow, that is really impressive.
Yeah, that's impressive. Yeah.
You're insanely good for playing for 3 months.
Yeah.
That's like I've.
Yeah.
It's really hard for me to comprehend because I've been playing for a long time. Like not necessarily multiplayer, but I've been playing single player for a while, and I'm playing multiplayer for a little bit as well. And wow, you're really, really good for 3 months. Like that is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's like some savant type stuff there. Yeah.
Yeah, we do see here
that's
Rui's
really
going
good.
to take the city, have a much, much larger army than Jack Sparrow. Jack Sparrow doesn't have armor. This is a crucial mistake. Armor is one of the most important upgrades in the tech tree. Really good for keeping your army alive, and you know that's part of the reason why Jack Sparrow was losing that fight at the beginning. Just didn't have armor, which is unfortunate.
And you can see Yarmax just pounding my city down at the bottom. It was such a pain in the butt dealing with these Turks, even though I'm Turks myself. Just very good job on his part. I was able to snipe once again with all my dragoons.
Snipe
a couple of
the Patriot, yeah.
Senator, and stuff like that. So that helped me. But other than that, he really gave me trouble. And again, you see, I can never keep a damn mine there. Every time I put a mine up, it just gets shot down again. So my
Yeah,
metal
that
production
is definitely really annoying.
constantly-
And you know, I think Yarmax is doing a good job just keeping the Colossus player preoccupied.
Yeah, he did a
But
great
ultimately,
job doing that.
unfortunately, it's going to be too little, too late because Jack Sparrow is losing this side really badly. Going to get completely run over. Let's take a look at this fight. You know, Jack Sparrow has a lot less units and no armor, and so that means Rui's going to completely walk over this army. I wonder if we'll see any. We'll probably see like a couple unit kills from Rui's side. Maybe these 2 nights. But yeah, that's what happens when you don't research armor or make your army. You know, you let the French player with Hanging Gardens boom for a little bit. We saw Jack Sparrow was ahead early on, but at least in tech, and just kind of played passive and let Rui boom.
And now here comes Fergman with that sneak attack across the water, as Quetzal was mentioning. Jetta's gonna go down pretty much unattended here.
Yeah, let's see. There are some units, some boats from Oldie, which is a good choice. Just make sure your units are that Fergman's units are not going to get sniped. Are there any sieges here? Doesn't look like it, but this is still going to cause a lot of havoc on Yarmax's economy. The mines there, the woodcutters camp is there, the caravans are all there. It's really, really annoying.
Yeah, and this is the main trade route for the caravan, so that's going to disrupt that. That's a good sneak attack by him, and I'm not sure what Raptor was doing. Raptor just kind of slept there.
Raptor's rotating all the way around. I
see.
I don't know about that. Just go for Paris. Build your siege factor. Get some sieges and go for Paris. It's completely undefended except for a single observation post. It will really hurt the economy of Rui.
Yeah, and force him to go back.
Yeah.
And take pressure off Sparrow.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see that in the middle there is some siege happening also. He's trying to take that city and the castle only with siege.
Oh, I think you're a little ahead, Quetzal. What time are you at? What's your timestamp? In the middle. 39?
42.
we're at
You're
39.
3 minutes ahead.
I'll pause it for a little bit.
Awkward. Okay, well we're at 39 10 seconds. I don't understand why we're always exactly the same, and everybody else is ahead.
I don't know. I guess it's just it's the horoscope or whatever. We're about the same same
look,
sign. I guess.
This is disgusting. Look at this. Rui has a massive army, 137 population. This is pod racing right here.
French monarch at its best right here.
Now this is pod racing.
27 horse grenadiers. I mean, that's just insane.
Yeah, this is disgusting. I would like to see like another
27
supply wagon
heavy
or two.
cavalry.
Yeah.
It's
Oh my
unbeatable.
god. This
It's
is
basically unbeatable.
This is coins like wet dream or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways.
I hope Coin gets to see this. Coin will be Rui. Coin will be your best friend from this one.
Yeah.
So, this Coin loves this French.
Yeah.
French wine.
And it looks like this game is over. Look at the scores. Yarmax's economy is in shambles. The only hope is Raptor, who lost the entire army to the French monarch with so many heavy cavalry.
Yeah, you look at Yarmax's income right now: plus 55 food, 22 wood, 20 metal, 50 gold.
Yeah, it's just
just there's no coming back from that.
Yeah.
And we have Colossus, we have Gardens. I mean, it's just tough break.
Yeah.
Yarmax played amazing though.
Yeah, I think Yarmax did a really good job. What do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think was the crucial mistake? Would you say for 4Netters here that lost them this game?
And probably Raptor in the middle could have did a little more. Jack Sparrow charging him with those elephants, just suiciding them all. That was kind of a big mistake there against the French. You know the French monarch's coming. You gotta get ready to defend instead of being too aggressive and then counter. And then Yarmax, I think, had opportunities. He could have did more as well earlier. It was just a little slow. Overall, I think it was just the timing was off. A little bit of timing errors. But great play by all three players. Honestly.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've seen a good amount of improvement from these players. Good job from their part. Personally, I do think the critical mistake was Raptor not aging and also losing that fight against the Verkman that he had no business losing.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay, we're at 41 minutes now, Quetzal, and I do see these sieges starting to hit the city of Shenyang.
What is that? A 6 siege rush there? No wagon, no attrition from Raptor. That's strange.
Yeah, I mean it's working. You got all those. It's gonna be a siege on spy battle. Here we see Raptor starting to mass spies. Raptor can almost age. Still needs a bit of food, but getting there.
Yeah.
But this Rui is just completely crushing.
He's on fire.
Gonna have enlightenment soon.
Yeah, we can fast forward now if you guys want.
Pretty much it looks like it is sealed already.
It's game's over.
Yeah, we can fast forward a bit. Let's talk briefly about playing passive versus not on the top side for Jack Sparrow versus Rui. I think the big thing is so Jack Sparrow, if you're watching this, so you're clearly ahead in tech, right? You were ahead in tech for a really long time against a French player who didn't really have any advantages. Basically, you had the better rares, like in terms of knowledge and stuff, and you had a larger army a lot of the time. Your problem was you just played too passive. You just sat back and let the French player boom a little bit, got hanging gardens, and the French player was able to catch up in terms of knowledge income, and then was able to kill you because they had monarch and you didn't, and you had no armor. Armor is just armor is a big mistake, but it's just one thing in a sea of like the main mistake I think is just playing too passive. In medieval age, build a siege, start sieging your opponent, force them to make units, and when they don't have any units, just walk in and take their cities, deny them scholars, etc.
Hey, I'm sorry to disturb you.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Quetzal.
Yeah, no, I just due to a previous commitment, I have to leave now.
All right, no worries.
Yeah, I excuse myself.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, actually, it was a good game, I think, for everyone involved.
Yeah, definitely.
And tried to get the better out of it. That's that's the most important thing. Thank you guys also, and see you around.
All right, bye, Quetzal.
See you soon, buddy. See you, bro.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, I have a message.
I want to reiterate again. Yarmax, Jack Sparrow, you guys, Raptor, even CCC1, even though you're an asshole. Great play from that team. They're gonna be pro players here real soon.
Yeah,
the way that's going.
3 months.
I mean, really, it's mind blowing.
That's insane. Yeah. You're so good for 3 months. Like it's like so. I don't understand.
It's like some prodigy type stuff. So it's good.
Yeah. Wow. Anyways, I hope you guys have learned from this cast, and Oldie, I hope you guys were enjoying this game, playing it, and also watching the cast again. I think we saw some really interesting plays from all the players. I think We saw some blunders here and there, but
fun to get to see. You get to start seeing the player styles now, and start to recognize kind of what player tendencies are.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's fun to see that kind of stuff. Like, you get to see my president and all my ranged cavalry.
Yeah. This is a sweet army composition. I don't know if I would do it normally, but I don't know. It's cool. I kind of buy it.
But how about Rui? I mean, Rui's. I mean, that's the French wet dream right there. Like you said, all those heavy cavalry with the Monarch and the supply wagon. It's just such. Only thing missing is the H5 and the Versailles. That would just be ice the cherry on top.
Yeah. Oh.
So,
that's some Napoleon campaign power level.
Yeah, it's just unbeatable, basically.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so shall we get to the next series because I don't want to be too late.
Let's keep pushing. Yeah, I'm presuming you have the replay since it's your game.
Yes, I do. Yes, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna switch to the divisions tab while I set things up really quickly. Wait, actually, hold on.
Sounds good.
So the score has become 0-0 because we're starting a new series. So the next series is going to be AS Gladiators versus Quebec Team QC. So we're going to take a look. Currently, AS Gladiators is 1-0 and Quebec Team is 0-1. So I'm going to take like a minute or two to just update the graphics and then we can get started. Yeah?
Yeah, perfect. I got to download it anyway, so.
Okay, sure. I'm going to mute both of us on the mic so I can, we can do things. All right, and we are back. We are going to be casting AS Gladiators versus QC, now Quebec Team, and I messed up the order again, sorry. I'm going to change that really quickly. Oldie, do you want to read through the player names and stuff while I quickly fix my mistake that I made for the second time in a row?
Sure, so in QC, your Quebec Team, we've got Jonathan, Sammy, just the letter I, and Levanchek. And then, of course, the AS Gladiators, we've got Eat the Pair, Sheer, also known as Mastercon, Nimilox, and Marvelous, aka Princess. So I give the edge slightly to AS, but I actually really like this Quebec team. They're up and coming. Ai's a newer player. He's been improving dramatically. Levani's been around forever. He's a good player. Jonathan as well, even though Jonathan, I don't know much about Sammy. So Sammy, I see you in the chat. I'm excited to see you play, man. I don't think we played a lot together. So I'm excited to see what the QC's got. But of course, AS is just a strong team.
Yeah.
Overall strong clan. You guys don't really have too many weak players in AS these days.
Yeah. I'm just finishing up really quickly.
Yeah.
Because I did do it in the wrong order again. I really should label these things in a like a more smart way, because I'm just, a lot of times I just kind of guess which one goes first on the left and which one goes on the right, and that's why we keep getting it swapped around. All right, anyways, should be fixed now. We do see the bans are for AS they banned Lakota, French, and Aztecs, and for Quebec team they banned Lakota, Americans, and Aztecs. So the only difference is Americans versus French. Yeah, what do you think?
For the bans?
Yeah.
Pretty much the same. Like I said, I was saying to you off air, you banned your precious French. You don't want them getting those French Comte despot. Pretty standard bans, I think. And I think because both teams are a little more advanced, the Lakota ban is it makes sense here.
Yeah.
Because both teams are more seasoned, so you don't want that Lakota player get out there.
Yeah, definitely. Let's jump into game number 1 here. If I can find it in my replays really quickly. All right. This is AS Gladiators versus QC, game number 1. Thank you all for joining us. Let's do this.
I'm ready when you are.
All right, it's loading up. All right, I actually haven't watched these replays yet, so I'm at 0 seconds. I'm gonna count down 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so we are on Great Sahara. Definitely one of the more exciting maps, especially for game number 1. Let's take a look at the players and nations. We've got Namilox, Eat the Pair, that's me, Master Khan against I, Sammy Boy, and Jonathan. For nations, Namilox has got Greeks, Eat the Pair has Mongols, Master Khan has Iroquois against I, who has Chinese, Sammy Boy, who has Persians, and Jonathan, who has Bantu. Who do you think has the better choice of nations here for this map?
Oh man, it's pretty close actually. I maybe would give the slight edge to AS because Mongols are fast. Iroquois, we saw last game how deadly they can be. But I do love the Bantu pick on Sahara because those raiders are a lot of fun. You get a ton of light infantry out there, just wreaking havoc. There's so many rares. It's so hard to defend them all. But I'll give the slight edge in the nations to you guys, to AS.
Yeah, to be honest, when I was looking at when we were on the loading screen, I had thought about what their nations were. I thought we do have the edge. This map is all about a lot of it's about speed and raiding and defending raids. And so Mongols are really awesome on this map, as are Iroquois. Both of them are fast. Against Bantu is also a great nation. Really fast infantry, really good for raids. But Chinese and Persians are a bit of the slower nations, as well as Greeks. Both a bit slower nations, and unfortunately, they're not the best on Sahara for that reason. Elephants are great, but especially Chinese and Greeks, they're just not that useful, unfortunately.
Well, this is an interesting setup here. It looks like you came to the middle, and you're going to wake up and Jonathan and I are both right there on your doorstep.
Yeah, so Namilo's right here on the bottom, pretty close by.
I see him there too.
You have Sheer on the right, and Jonathan's in front of I would just if they could swap the positions around, I bet they would, because Chinese have large cities, border push and stuff. But on this side, we've got Sammy Boy, who's way far in the corner as the Persians player, which I think, it's not too bad.
Yeah, especially because he's got Sugar right there. He doesn't know about it yet, but he'll see it soon. He's got Sugar there, so that's nice.
Yep, he's got Sugar. Maybe not. Oh, barely misses it. Okay. Anyways, let's talk about rares. It's going to take a while, so let's talk about who this setup favors, do you think? So here we see Jonathan is this is a really late city because Jonathan walked all the way over here.
Yeah, you can see the trail.
Yeah, and so if you look at my economy, I already have a bunch of I'm already putting down 4 farms as the Mongol player. Whereas, you know,
And that's kind of a bummer, but you have to because your border's getting sucked up, so you're not going to get that Mongol bonus, unfortunately.
yeah, I think I actually put down 5 farms because I forgot it was Mongols.
Yeah.
But it worked out because I got to plus
that's
70.
fine there, yeah, because you, like I said, you're not using the Mongol power to the best extent because you came to the middle. So
Yeah, alas.
you know, yeah, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think 4 farms you're only getting 61, which is crazy low for Mongols.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Yeah.
Alas. Here we see Master Khan has a plus 5. I have a plus 7. Namilo has a plus 7, which is pretty fortunate, not like literally being in the middle, but you know, kind of close. On the other side, you know, the 2 players are sharing the center wood. John, it looks like I's taking the bigger portion of that with a plus 11, a little bit. Greedy, come on, share a little bit with your teammate. You know,
man,
you can
come
give
on,
them a plus
teamwork.
9. Yeah, whatever.
I guess, look, it is China. They have more mouths to feed. He's got a large city, so he needs some more wood, I guess.
Yeah.
So, fair enough.
And then a plus 7, obviously, for Jonathan. And on this side, it's a plus 7 for Sammy Boy, who's in the corner. Pretty fortunate for him. Let's take a look at the ruins quickly, because there are a ton of ruins on this map, and, you know, maybe people will get a really fast start. Looks like Sheer has the most ruins, Sammy has the least. Everybody else has 2 to 4. Or everybody has 2 to 4 for the most part, except for Sammy, who's 1. Fairly standard, you know, I'll expect to see those ruin counts go up a little bit more once these players are done scouting. Let's take a look at the rares now, because we have a bit of time. Let's start with QC, shall we? So they've got,
sure.
on the very left for Sammy Boy, they've got Sugar. There's Obsidian on the left, Cotton, both of those are low hard to defend, as well as Furs, also hard to defend, and Gems, which is also going to be hard to defend. Horses, yeah, all these rares are in like the no man's land, and top there's Citrus, Dye, Wool. All these rares are real, like they're pretty much in nobody's territory. Technically they're closer to QC, but you know, they're very vulnerable to being raided.
You get diamonds there, maybe he could sieve on the diamonds.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. We do see here Bison from in Jonathan and I's territory. That's going to be a nice little rare there. That's helpful
very
for
nice
speed.
for them, yeah.
This is
It's
probably
easy to defend that too.
Yeah, this is probably the best map for Bison actually, because you know, otherwise it's not, you know, it's not the best. It's good. It's not the best though. We see for AS there on the bottom here, there's wine, tobacco, and copper in a trifecta kind of there. Also, those are a bit vulnerable to being raided. There's Gems right in Namilo's territory, which is good. Gems is an excellent rare, especially like in this situation when you're up against it in the front. Okay, up against your opponent, you really want the space. There's Silver here, awesome rare, as well as Relics. And then there's Amber on the right in Sheer's territory. On the far right, there's Salt. And there's Spice over here. That's also in no man's land. So overall, there's a lot of rares. They're all kind of scattered around the map. But who would you say has a better set of rares?
You know, I'm leaning toward. I like QC. I like this corner here with the sugar, cotton, furs, diamonds. Horses is great for Persia, obviously.
Yeah, but the problem is, if you look at their vision, QC have scouted 0 of them. They haven't scouted horses. They haven't scouted diamonds. They haven't scouted furs or sugar. That's just really unfortunate.
Big blunder there.
Yeah,
that sucks.
Like, you know, obviously dumb luck plays some part of it. You know, you just happen to scout not those areas. But also, like, the outpost scout, you know?
Yeah, that's true. You know, as much as I don't like it, it does work. So.
Yeah.
But the tough part for you guys, because, I mean, you do have relics there, though. That's nice, always. It's somewhat defendable. You have peacocks in the back. And also, too, you don't have a ton of ruin or rares of visible. The ones you do have are down in that bottom corner, which is wine, tobacco, and other relics.
Yeah.
Wow, so 2
but we do see here, this is a bit of a problem for Jonathan. So we see Jonathan's almost finished researching Commerce 1, but this is a good move from EAC the pair here. For patting myself on the back. Went for Commerce, then Mill 1 is now putting down Barracks. This is bad news for Jonathan, who's still a bit away from Mill 1. Let's take a look at I. I chose to go for Civ.
Using Gems first. Gems first is a good call there, too, on your part. So good job for that. Get that border push, get you a little more food income, protect your wood a little bit. You have that Barracks coming out, and they're not going to be able to get a Barracks up anytime soon. So,
this is gonna be really painful for especially the Bantu player. Who already had a pretty slow start, putting Ciz on an infinite queue, that's going to hurt him even more. We do see a city here from I, which I think is a good choice. Probably pretty solid positioning. On this side, Namillo has gone for a city on the left, which I think is fine. You know, it's not there's no really point in building back, so you might as well build forward.
Yeah,
and the first
kind of surround them in the middle.
Yeah, the first hoplite raid from my part is coming out.
Yeah, that's just brutal. Brutal.
There's no food. The citizens are still at infinite queues. There's no food for Jonathan. I still need a bit of time to get enough food for Mill. I'm building 3 units. My archers are kind of staying back, which I think I should have moved them up earlier, but I didn't really want them getting targeted down by the city. These hoplites are doing a lot of damage. Killed the unit already, completely denying the wood mining.
This is a time where infinite Q really backfires on you. Sometimes it's better to do the shift. If you do the shift build, it gives you 5 at a time. So if you just hit Shift V, for example, it'll give you 5 rather than the infinite Q. That way you could just cancel all those villagers real quick, and then use that to get your food back. But you know, unfortunately here, he wasted a lot of.
Yeah, and I think I got here. I got a little bit fortunate with this unit marching away. I think the tower micro ended up being like it worked out fortunately, and here is a bit of my micro mistake. I'm just moving away these units, not in the best way. But Jonathan's really hurt by that.
Yeah,
I think he built like 5 citizens and also lost a bunch of citizens. Let's take a look at the units kills.
Yeah, it was
lost 3 citizens actually, but that's a lot of lost mining time basically. It's going for science 1 now, which I don't really like. Just pump out a couple more merchants. You got to get that economy up a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the other side. What are the other players doing? It looks like Sheer has gone for Mill first, I think, also, and then he's also raiding the back with some bowmen. Going to snipe these bison. That's going to be nice little pickup for AS.
You guys raided that diamonds. That was
nice. And that's gonna hurt. And also, this is a city from AS Eat the Pair here.
Yep.
Yeah, Namillo told me to sit here, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, so you're just completely isolating Sammy Boy. Yeah. He's way off in the back.
Yeah, and also I got a little bit of food income from that because of the territory. Some more spotty micro from AS Eat the Pair here. Probably gonna lose the slingers. I don't actually remember what happened. Spotty micro.
Still haven't found that sugar yet, and there's two ruins just sitting there too. 3 ruins, right in Sammy Boy's capital. So
yeah,
gotta get that scouted or do the my least favorite lookout scouting. Do one or the other. I prefer just taking a citizen and just walking all that kind of gray area and opening it up. But you're feel free to do the gayer version, which is the outlet. The outpost.
Yeah, so Namillo ages. And I believe Namillo didn't use silver quite yet. Wasn't there in time. Was using silver. But we do see here Jonathan went for Mill first, which I think is not a good choice. I think already took a bunch of damage early on. I guess you didn't want to take any more damage, but I should have been the one who was going Mill first and towered.
I got a racks up there, so. He didn't need to go Mill, really. He could have just said...
Yeah, I actually has gone for Mill too, which, I don't know, Chief. I think you didn't need to do that. Here's a nice little raid from I on the woodcutter's camp, almost going to kill the citizen.
Yeah. I actually like the Mill too there, because I think the idea is... Yeah.
Sorry.
Exactly. The idea is that you got a little comfortable with that raid, maybe thinking you're ahead, so you're not going to be too concerned. You don't have a tower up.
Yeah.
So maybe he's just thinking I'm going to just kind of surprise him with some quick rush. So that could be.
Yeah, that is true. I think if he did do that, he definitely should have used furs. Also here, nice raid on diamonds. Going to deny my merchant. I don't remember if I saved this merchant. No, it looks like the merchant's just going to die because I wasn't paying attention. Oops.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you're fighting 2 fronts, so that's gonna happen. So,
more poor micro gonna lose his slinger.
Yeah. And you got 2 citizens just chilling there.
Yeah, although I'm pretty sure, I think these citizens I actually couldn't do anything with. I guess I could have scouted the front here of the city, which is always good to do. Make sure there's no I don't know, 3 or 4 towers or something going up, which signals an aggressive attack.
Yeah. Well, you could have been fighting too.
That's true.
Killed one with slingers.
That's true. Big blunder from me.
Yeah.
Here you see. So I've aged. Sammy Boy's gonna age. Shear's a little bit. He's close. Probably should put down a second farm. I'm at 11-12 right now. It clicks on the H button, yep. That's silver helping out a lot. This is a nice little tower from them, as well as this tower on relics, which I don't actually know how this got... Oh, this got built because gems got raided earlier. And that's why it's out of the territory, I think. On relics,
right.
yeah.
Yep.
Which we missed, apologies. And we see
Still
here...
no sugar. Still no sugar.
Still no sugar, yeah.
Sammy boy? Why? What the hell? That's such a good rare for this map.
Yeah, they might find it.
He's got university and the Senate right next to the damn sugar.
Oh, that's so painful.
Yeah, hopefully he finds
just
it
right there. Continual raids. We do see here. This is a good raid on the Millow's Wood from Jonathan, who still doesn't have Civ 1. And the Chinese player is starting to crank out some units. Let's see, second tower. I don't know what that's gonna do. But at this point for me, I chose to go for a stable because I wanted to get a light horse out just to clean up all these units, which I eventually do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like just tower coming up here from Care. A little bit forward, so it's going to be like an offensive tower, it seems.
Yeah, I think we were at this point. We were thinking trying to push a little bit here.
Yeah,
another raid
idea because
yeah,
the cap's right in front there still. So still no Civ yet from Jonathan.
Yeah, another excellent raid from Sammy Boy, denying my diamonds again. That's the second time that my merchant has been killed, and that's gotta be really annoying.
Yeah, come on, Perry. You got to put the merchant right next to the...
Yeah,
market.
I know.
You build the market right there. Use the market to your advantage.
I know. Here we see... I'm actually a little slow. I just have all these units that are just sitting around. I actually don't have a metal mine yet, which is... And it's going up, but it's just a little slow. There's some minor micro mistakes here. Let's take a look at Shear's side. Shear's going for Senator. I think Shear at this point, I asked him what I should do, and he was like, you should also go for Senator. Which I think is a good choice. It's a little late to go for a Despot, or to think about Despot, because we just don't have that many units right now, even though our opponents are quite close. I's got a good amount of units. I's going for Despot, has a catapult at a siege factory, and it looks like they're going to start sieging the front here. I have not researched militia or attrition, although I don't even have a government yet. I'm just a little slow for whatever reason. Misplay on my part.
Yeah, well, that happens in those early raids. You get so focused on the raid that you don't catch up on your other stuff. But I see you have a nomad coming out to go raid. It looks like. So that's nice. See where he goes.
I think I brought it back because I saw I go Despot.
Oh, I see.
And I'm gonna try to snipe this catapult, which I believe does work out. Yeah, it does work out. Which I thought of it as a big victory. You know, taking out that first catapult in a Despot rush from a Chinese player is always, always nice. And I still have this forward tower that it's going to be really annoying to take care of. Again, New Sarai's being raided, the merchant's being raided, but this time I thought ahead. Big brain play. Don't even make a merchant there. Just let them use up their units. No need to lose another unit there.
That's right. Or put it right next to the market, and you can instantly go inside.
Yeah.
So that's always good play. I'm surprised your eye doesn't have a militia. I would expect militia here from China, because the Chinese can produce those villagers for free.
Yeah.
Instant army.
Yeah, and in fact, I's actually using a total of 0 rares right now.
Yeah. Well, he got raided, and he's already saying it's GG. So I don't know about that.
I don't know about that, but I mean, it is. Yeah. They are definitely way behind because I chose to go Despot. I think nothing really came of it. The economy is just too low, and now it's putting down a university. If you're going
militia now.
Yeah, so. If you're going Despot like this, make a couple siege, bring all your militia, and try to find somebody's capital to do something.
Yep.
We do see Jonathan continuing trying to be annoying, raiding in the back. This is a nice hoplite here. There's no units nearby for Shear. Gonna need to make an archer to try and do something about it. Really nice raid from Jonathan, just being really annoying.
And they see Namillo's capital, which is pretty much undefended. There's a stable there, but they could go all in there too. So
yeah, that's true. The problem with that, I think, is if they go for Namillo's capital, I can just go around and with some light horses and snipe all their sieges. So it's a little difficult to defend. Yeah. We see eyes pointing out Shear's capital on Ndaga there, which I think I think it's probably, it's okay. It's not the best. Maybe.
It's not okay because you don't have a scout.
Yeah.
You're gonna walk into this Iroquois territory. It's suicide.
Yeah.
I don't like that call at all, and it's so far away. There's no reason to do that. If anything, just keep focus on Karakoram. Even though it's pretty well defended, you can at least keep pressure there. You could siege on these towers, siege the woodcutter camp maybe, or ambush because there's no lookouts anywhere, and just come into Athens.
Yeah, that's true. But, we do see here a big push from gonna try and take Shear's second city, but Shear is on the call, has some light horses, and a really awkward pause. I was like, you pause now, but I mean it's fine. When you gotta pause, you gotta pause. If it happens once, it's fine. And Shear snipes the sieges easily with these light horses. Doesn't have that much army, and I think I'm a little slow in the reaction. Yeah, I'm a little slow in the reaction. But Shear is able to snipe off both the sieges, and this rushes over. They can't take this city now.
Yeah, this is going to be demoralizing for them. Shear took out the senator, he took out the despot.
Yeah.
Or no, wait a minute. I got his despot.
Yeah.
So that was good.
Here we see a bit of indecision here. I'm able to pick off some of these units just one by one with my army, even though it's smaller. And they're, all these militia can kill my archers easily, but I'm just kiting backwards, trying to be annoying. I can start hitting the back lines now. I can start hitting these, and then Shear is contributing units also, even though Shear took a lot of losses early on, and lost the senator. Still, I'm able to just be really annoying, cutting backwards, using these light horses to the best that I can.
And you see Namilo Age share with Greeks very fast. That's expected. No army at all from him, but I guess he figures he'll just boom while you guys hold.
Yeah.
So.
And it looks like they're not going to be able to take this.
He's got a small army. He's going to go pressure Persians, but I don't think it's going to do.
Yeah, although all the 7 upgraded crossbows is quite good, but the Persian player does have attrition, so it's going to be a bit hard to
he's got 2 heavy cavalry, 1 or 2 elephants to clean this up.
Yeah, and now the upgraded archers from ASC Pair, nice work ASC Pair, are going to clean up this mess of militia, and I is pretty much dead. Look at that economy. I calls GG.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's over.
It's over. Yeah. So yeah, I'll give you the MVP there, Pair, for that early raid.
Yay! Thanks.
Yeah. I think that really set the table and made Eye on his heels, made him want to go despot, made him want to go mill 2 even without the furs. Yeah, the early raids definitely got them on their heels. And then you got Namilo with Greeks. He likes to boom. That's already going to be trouble. You're letting him sit back and boom.
Yeah.
But I think if even with all the mistakes made on QC's part, if they just made a commitment to stay in the front here, like I said, either stay on Karakoram or pressure Athens, that would have been the better move.
Yeah.
To go in and kind of just lose these battles at the Iroquois side. But hey, it's the Sahara, man. This is what happens in Sahara.
Sometimes the games is just short and
we've seen this more than once in this tournament where it's like players just aren't going mill 1 early. And
and then they just die, basically.
In our last series in Game 1, Ferkman almost died because, he mistakenly didn't get those British archers out early enough to deal with the Iroquois.
Yeah, definitely.
So we've seen that a lot here, where the mill 1 has kind of been dominating in the plays. So.
Yeah, definitely. All right, yeah. So I think we saw. I think that what this game was Jonathan was just slow because he came to the middle early. And he had to walk a long way, and then the early raid really slowed him down, and that was pretty much it. Sammy, unfortunately,
that's another thing. I know it's tempting to go to the middle every time, but you see China's already there. There's really no reason to go all the way to the middle. Even if you get absolutely no wood, you can go over and still use some of that wood in the middle. Worst case scenario, you're the Bantu player. You got fast villagers that can run over there real quick. So. I think he just got caught out of place, and good job for you guys for making him pay for it.
Yeah. Sheer taking my most kills, but that's fine. Anyways, that is going to be 1-0 for AS Gladiators over QC. I'm going to update the score really quick. Wait, which one is it? This one. All right, and I'm gonna update the nations as well really quickly. So QC, they picked Bantu, Persians, and Chinese, whereas we picked Mongols, Iroquois, and Greeks. All right. All right, and then I can put these here. Oops, wrong tab. All right, so let's take a look at the nations and team list here. So now that what did you think about the Bantu pick early in game number 1? Or for game number 1 for QC? What did you think about that pick?
Just taking Bantu?
Yeah, just like in general as a general choice.
I like Bantu. I think they're good. They have the good, like I said, I like that light infantry. I like the pop bonus, the free extra city and civ. They have a lot of benefits there. I think it's a fine pick.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, for me, it's I have some nations I'm just like not good at. I don't really know why. I understand like some people make them look really good, but for me, I just can't. Like I'm just so bad with Bantu. I just like can't do it. I don't understand how people really make it work. And I like understand technically like, okay, yes, their strengths are they're really good in the late game because they have a lot of population, and they're really good in the early game if you raid with them a lot because their light infantry are insanely fast.
Yes, light infantry are insanely fast, and come on, those cheap cities. I mean,
Yeah, that's
amazing.
true.
You know.
All right, so let's look at the chat quickly. Let's look at the chat quickly. Connor couldn't have done it without Pair and Dirty. Thank you, Connor. I mean, with this tournament would not be possible without you. You are the main organizer. You're the one calling the shots and really doing the best. Spy says, looking forward to the quarterfinals. Yeah, me too. I look forward to some really awesome games. Burke says, eat the pair, best player Nordic, my guess. I don't know about that. I think there are a lot of really excellent players. I mean, I think...
I don't know, you look pretty good. Well, Burke is a Green Love, by the way.
Oh, Green Love. Hi, Green Love. I mean, I think for me, I think I use my head a lot more than some players do, but some players' autopilot is better than me using my head. Do you know what I mean? I see Alan says, hi, my girl, Marvelous doesn't play. Yeah, Marvelous was busy for this match. I see MT says, hi, Pair. Hey, MT.
We see Raiden in here. Raiden just came in to say Pair's a noob. And
hey, Raiden.
So,
how's it doing?
Raiden.
How you doing?
Yeah.
You should get on cast more. I think people are missing your really deep voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, enough talking about through chat. Hope you guys are all enjoying the stream. It's been 2 hours and I'm like starting to get a little tired, but we still have games to show, so we're gonna show them. It is 1-0 in favor of AS Gladiators, and we're gonna load up game number 2 now. All right. AS Gladiators versus QC, game number 2.
Yep.
All right, Connor, Raiden, no worries. Yeah, just join when you can. You know, we really love having other people on the cast. You know, we had Quetzal earlier, which was really cool. You know, having some extra insight. Anyways, I'm just babbling at this point. Let's load up game number 2 here. I'm ready when you are.
Let's go.
3, 2, 1, go. All right, so looks like we've got Himalayas here, which I don't think we've had Himalayas for a while. Himalayas is, you know, it's kind of like people are kind of like, whatever. It's like fine. It's nothing fancy.
It can be exciting. It just depends on where you spawn and what rares you get and what nations. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah, so pulling this up here, we've got... So we have AS Gladiators. They've got Mastercom with Spanish, Eat the Pair with French, Nimilox with Japanese, against I with Japanese, QC Sammy Boy with Spanish, and Jonathan with Roman. So the only difference here is Romans versus French. You guys know who I like better.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, I already know when we play AS, French is getting banned. When you play AS, ban French, please.
Yeah.
Because Pair's just got this huge crush on them right now.
They're so good.
I mean, they are so much fun.
Yeah. It like for me, it's like I feel like even if it's like not even if they're not like my best nation, or I play the best of them, or I think they're like actually the most powerful in tier 2, they're just so much fun to play. Like it's just a very different
really
play
are.
style, which I really like.
And like I said, if you know how to play them well, they are definitely one of the strongest nations because they've got so many military benefits.
Yeah, so we saw last game some really fast aggression from QC. So interested to see what happens this game, especially, the nations are pretty similar, and so we might see
French
some...
And Romans French and Romans being the only difference. I'd probably give the slight edge to QC because the Romans get that gold income as far as that goes early.
Yeah, it's a little bit better on this map, especially because this map is, players kind of start farther apart. French are much better on maps like Sahara or Australian Outback, where the conflict's a little closer. But Romans are really good. They're a very solid nation. They have a lot of strengths and weaknesses. Let's take a look at where the players have spawned.
I like the pick of Japanese for I. He's an aggressive player, so that's good for him. And I love the double Spanish pick. So Sheer and Sammy, I love you guys. That's Spanish is my 1A, 1B. Russia and Spanish, those are my top two. So I love to see Spanish being used. Especially on this map. There's so many rares to raid. So it'll be fun to see that.
Yeah, and I'll talk a bit about this later, but at one point I just stopped scouting because I was like, there's no point. Sheer will just point out all the rares for me. So I just stopped scouting.
And so then you got no ruins.
Yeah, then I got no ruins. But I mean, I did get all my villages back, so...
well, that's good.
Anyways, we'll have to see. So we do see, locations-wise, I'm on the left, Namilo's in the pocket, and... Sheer's on the right, and Sheer's facing off against Sammy Boy, so it's a Spanish mirror here, Madrid, Toledo, a little bit of Spanish Civil War here we've got going on for you. Jonathan's in the pocket and I's on this side. Honestly, when I figured out that I was across from me, I was a little scared because French are not really that great on the defensive. The advantage of
I as a player too, just an aggressive player. So he has Japs as well. That's tough spot to be in. Yeah,
and one of the big advantages of French is, normally both players are in their own territory, and you heal in your own territory with the Senator, right? But French, their power is, they heal in their opponent's territory with the supply wagon. But if you're on the defensive and you're not in your opponent's territory, then that bonus is kind of not as great. It's still good, but it's not as powerful as it could be.
That's right,
so to speak. So. We'll have to see. This is a pretty early library coming up from I here, 3 minutes 20 seconds. Nice work from him. Nice fast start. Let's take a look at the runes.
Listen to your farm build. I know this farm build's driving you insane right now.
What? Oh yeah,
where he built the farm.
Come on, you go this architecture. Really not it. Come on, get it together. Let's compare mine. Actually, mine's kind of off. If you can see, this farm's misaligned, and this farm's just randomly over here on the top.
Well, I see this mountain kind of screwed it up. That's why.
Yeah. Well, no, I could have moved if these had all been. I can move this farm over to the left 2 tiles, and this one over to the left 1 tile, and this one over to the left 1 tile, and it would have worked out. But, anyways.
That's true.
We see libraries going down for a lot of the players. In fact, Namilo's the fastest with a market down already. I has yet to get Commerce 1. Let's take a look at the ruins. I briefly brought up, but I think I forgot to bring up. Namilo has 1 ruin. And I think he had 0 ruins earlier, and I have 2 ruins. Everybody else has 4-ish. Sheer has the most this is 6 Spanish ruins, and now 7. Sheer, good job scouting. What else can I say? Spanish got a lot of ruins, so nice little buff.
Yeah, it's one of their powers. Is definitely you get that ruin bonus, so it's important to get out there and get ruins when you're Spanish.
Let's talk about the rares quickly. For the AS side, they've got this wool, which is a little far. What else do they have? They have silk right in Paris territory next to the wood camp. There's wine, obsidian on the top there. There's Papi right in Namilo's capital. There's horses and spice, both excellent rares. Especially horses for a French player. Amber, sugar in the top right, salt over there, and marble in the center between the 2 Spanish players. On the other side, for the other Spanish player for QC, they've got copper, tobacco. In the very corner, they've got dye. There's relics right in the center-ish. They've got citrus here, as well as furs and peacocks. and cotton, as well as silver. And then there's bison over here, which they can probably grab. And in the corner, there's gems. Who do you think has the better share of rares? Oh, sorry, there's diamonds here, of course. Who do you think has the better share of rares?
I'd probably give it slight edge to QC.
Yeah?
Because you got silver, bison, gems, dye, relics. Hopefully they can protect that. And of course, being Spanish, they know where they all are. It's not going to miss any. But so do you guys, because you have Spanish also.
Yep.
So I'm expecting to see a lot of raiding going on here from both teams.
Yeah, and I think this, let's see. Yeah, this is about the point when I stopped scouting, because I was like, wait, Sheer will just open all the rares for me. There's no point for me to scout aside from runes. So I think, you know, if this was any other map, I think I would be psyched for these rares, because as the French player, having access to horses, salt, sugar, diamonds,
Silk,
wine,
too.
yeah, really, really good. But this is not the best map. I'm a little bit far away. You know, it's not really the best.
The terrain doesn't favor cavalry very well here. So,
you know, I mean, I still can't complain. I think overall I would agree. The rares are kind of balanced. I think silver plays a big part for QC. It's a really excellent rare for them. Papi is good. It's pretty good on this map, definitely, but it's not like insane by any stretch of the means because, you know, it's way better on lakes, but it is still good here. This is a boomy map.
Well, they just have a ton of gold rares. You know, they have, you know, just so many gold rares. I mean, you guys do have diamonds and silk, but they have, you know, gems, peacocks, silver, dye.
They have tobacco, I think.
Tobacco.
Here we see a bit of a what's happening here. It looks like Sammy Boy is banking a lot of resources. I don't really know why. It's going to slow him down a little bit. He needs to get that market up and start pumping out a bunch of merchants nice and fast to make up for that difference. And we see Jonathan's going for the city on this right side. I think that's a good choice. You know, you can kind of leave the Japanese player alone against the French player for the most part. Japanese are quite good, especially in 1v1 situations where they're, you know, faster.
Yeah.
All these pings coming out are. I was asking where wine was because I couldn't find it, and I wanted to send a merchant. And she had pinged it out earlier. I just didn't know exactly where it was.
Yeah, it's pretty quiet early on here. A lot of standard builds, no aggression here. It looks like I's gonna skip and probably go Colossus.
Skip mill, go Colossus. Yeah, that looks likely given the numbers here. The economy's actually a little low. You know, you just make a couple more citizens, 1 or 2, get that wood income up to 100, get that food income also up to 100. Yeah, it's a bit of a low economy for some reason. Not really sure what's happening there. But is able to use silver, which is really nice. I's able to use silver. The Romans player is a little on the slow side. Jonathan only has plus 80 food, nowhere close to aging quite yet. And let's see, what players have military? I have mill, and Sheer has mill. Sheer getting up the barracks now, as well as myself. And so we'll have to see. We do see that Colossus go down from I. I think this is a good choice. This map, this game usually goes long, and getting Colossus is a good choice. Actually, we were talking between Namillo and I and Sheer. We were like, okay, well, Namillo's in the pocket, so he should get Colossus, and the rest of us can just defend. But you know, we saw I put up a nice and early Colossus. Namillo wasn't super duper close to aging, so I told Namillo, okay, just go for Commerce 2, or go for Vortex. It actually looks like Namillo didn't use Silk, which is a bit of a mistake at Namillo. Please use Silk. Silk is good, especially if you're going for Comp 2 like this.
Even if you're Dutch, and he's not Dutch, so you know, Silk does help. And yeah, I like that move from Ice because, and I use this strategy sometimes too, especially against a stronger team. It's sometimes better just to take away that Colossus than, you know, anything else. So I think part of the strategy, obviously he gets to use it, but then it denies you guys from being able to use it.
Yep,
so
that's true. That's true.
It's a win-win situation there if he uses it properly. But like I said, even worst case, even if he plays like crap, it just doesn't die. He takes it out of your guys' hands. So that's
we do see here a raid from myself. I have a single bowman on this archer. Gonna deny this barracks actually from Jonathan. and this citizen's gonna die.
Yep.
Let's see. So Jonathan's actually still a little bit far away from using silver. So so is Sammy Boy. I'm not actually sure why Sammy Boy is slow. Let's take a look at Sheer on this side. Sheer has made Archer stationed over there, and Sheer's gone for Science 2 in Ancient using Papyrus. I've begun to pick away at the silver merchants. I saves his, but Sammy Boy's gonna lose his merchant before being able to use it.
Good read by Pair again.
Yeah.
Getting aggressive early.
Yeah. I will say though, I thought I was a little late on the raid because usually with silver you age before 10 minutes usually. I'm not really sure what happened to these players. They were a little slow. Yeah, usually with silver you age at 10 minutes. So I'm
not sure.
So I thought they had already used it, but looking at the replay, they haven't used. Both of the players that could have used it didn't really use it. I used it, obviously, being Japanese and being nice and fast. Getting Science 1 now, Senator, Republic. Good choice from I. Let's take a look on this side. Spanish player still a little slow from aging. Romans player also slow from aging. Losing that silver is going to hurt, definitely. Not being able to use it, basically. So that's going to be unfortunate for them. I'm putting up my infrastructure. And on Namilo's side, look at Namilo's tech tree.
Oh, wow.
Honestly, I didn't even notice that he did this during the game. Like, I think he said it, but I didn't hear him.
Yeah, super boom.
Yeah, this is so greedy. Commerce 2, then Science 3. But this is exactly what you want to do when you go Commerce 2. You want to get that economy nice and high. We see Namilo is starting to make some citizens, and is choosing not to because he's pop capped. But really nice choice. Yeah. Look at how cheap that Mill 1 is. No other benefits aside from 3 sciences. Really nice there. We'll see if QC is able to punish Namilo for being so greedy with the techs.
Well, like you said, if he's not going to go Colossus, yeah, now he's getting the Hanging Gardens. This is just the
greediest of greed.
Super boom.
Yeah.
Well, he's so far back. I mean, I get it.
Yeah, but admittedly, like if I was in QC's position, I'm super I would definitely be attacking Pair right now. Like there's you have to kill him before Namilo comes online. And that's hard when you go Colossus early like this. It's a big investment, right?
Or maybe you just go over and you triple and just try and insta-kill Khan.
Yeah, definitely. Here we see a nice little raid from Sammy Boy on Sheer's stable, but it looks like it's going to get denied by these archers. Nice placement from Sheer. Yeah, the stable's going to go up. Sheer's going for Senator. And I does a good job scouting with the Senator, just making sure that I'm not going Despot or anything and putting a siege factory at the front. But it looks like I did choose to go for Senator in this case because Namilo was booming so hard. I just didn't really want to chance it.
He's also going Civ 2 here, which I don't love, but
Yeah, I think you just want the
Senators, so he wants to boom up his economy maybe.
I think what you actually are supposed to do, instead of going Civ 2, you just infinite queue citizens from both cities and get your wood income up to 200 or 210. Colossus, one of the powers is you get extra timber income, and also you have extra population, so spamming more citizens, not a big deal. So if you wanted to boom, that is the way to do it, I think, instead of,
I think you're right.
A second city.
But it's done now, so gotta live with it.
And you see Iraq's coming up from him in the front. He's got a stable.
Yeah, here we see a nice little raid from Sammy Boy. Yeah, and I to be honest, I didn't even know there were diamonds until looking at this replay now here, because I was just focused on the diamonds in the front. But this is a nice little diamonds raid, killing probably 2 merchants and also letting I keep the merchant there. Really nice. I don't know how I snuck a merchant all the way around, but nice work. I's going for Mill 2 now. I think you still need to work on the economy a little bit. In fact, if you compare economies, my knowledge income is higher and his wealth income is higher only by 20. And the rest of my resources are fairly high. My food is a little low, but we're getting up there. Let's take a look at Namilo, who's the greedy boy that he is. Has gone for Civ 2, finishes Mill 2 now. Hanging Gardens, gonna finish up shortly. So many techs. That medieval age is pretty cheap. On the other side, it looks like Shear's playing fairly standard, going for build 2 now. Getting that economy up nice and high. Yeah, just standard play so far. Nothing too fancy. And on this side, Sammy Boy. Sammy Boy's a little on the slow side. It doesn't have a mine yet. I'm not really sure why not. Or why no mine. And also not using that many rares. Should make some more merchants. For Jonathan's
he
case...
went comp 2 also, so
yeah.
his economy is definitely nowhere near a comp 2 economy yet.
Oh, that must be why he's so slow here.
Yeah.
Went for comp 2 early. Here we see a little bit of a raid trying to here we see QC Sammy Boy trying to raid, but Namilo's... I think Namilo killed or hit one of these archer units with a militia, and so was able to take that out, but still going to be annoying. This is a nice little raid from Sammy Boy, just being annoying. Here on this side, there's a bit of a skirmish. Jonathan trying to fight here on trying to raid diamonds, and I believe Namilo's merchant was killed.
Yeah, it looks like it.
And here's a choice that I think I shouldn't have done. I went for Science 3 here, or Science 2 instead of Civic 2. I think that was a choice in hindsight. I think I wanted to just pump out a couple more scholars and get Civic 2 and just wait for the food to come in, because I wasn't using the food for too much anyways at the time. So I think I should have done that instead of using up some of my knowledge and slowing down my age time.
Yeah, we see Ige clicked up now. He's gonna age here.
Yeah, and that's good for him. That timber income though, and the metal income, really not the best. You have a bunch more spots, and you can also put down another timber camp, and so you should. There's really no reason not to. Here you see a bit of a rotation from Jonathan. Looks like this is just a raiding party. On the other side here, we see Shears beginning to press. She's gonna go for Civ 2 over Medieval Age. I think this is a mistake, but it's not too bad, right? I think the reason Shear's going for it is it wants to max out that food income a little bit more. Can only get to plus 140, and then... Well, actually, wait, no. You can put down 2 granaries and get to 160, so I actually don't know why Shear went for a Civic there. Maybe get more wealth income?
Some more bad micro by a pair. You got Chevrolet, you got
Oh, sniped. Yeah, this is a bit. Yeah. This was a bit sloppy for me. Just here. Actually, did I lose a trebuchet? I think my trebuchet is still good.
No, a Chevalier.
Chevalier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bribed. Ugh. I think that actually happens a couple times this game, which is a bit of a mistake. But now I'm noticing, they're pushing in. I should start building up defenses. I put down a second barracks. I already have a second stable, and I start pumping out troops because I just don't want to die. Here, nice little raid from Jonathan, gonna come in and try and snipe some of these merchants on horses. And they're just gonna find Shears and mine, I think. I don't actually know if mine goes down because I don't think Jonathan was paying attention. Oh, mine might die. I don't know. Run away.
Almost.
Nah, looks like the merchant's gonna go down. Looks like I do age, and as does Namilo. Let's take a look at Namilo's economy. Wow, that tech tree. The economy's still gradually growing. That's what happens when you invest early, but Namilo is starting to build units, starting to upgrade tech up knights, crossbows, which is a good choice.
And there's a nice big raid party coming in the back here from Jonathan. I'm not sure where he looks undecisive, but he wants to go somewhere, it seems.
Yeah, and Jonathan is also aging, as is Shear. Let's take a look at Sammy Boy. Sammy Boy is actually quite far from aging. Just doesn't have that much knowledge. Not using relics, not using tobacco, and that's going to be really annoying. Should be using those rares because those are good rares. Here we see Jonathan, nice raid again. 2 cataphracts just coming in through. We'll see how much damage they can get done, but it is nice of him to split up the raiding party a little bit like this. But I wish Jonathan would get that economy a little bit higher. Plus 120 is not really acceptable at this point in the game. You can put down a second city, so just do it. Get the economy nice and high. Get another caravan, etc.
Yep. And it looks like I's gonna try and put a little more pressure here. A lot of decoys though. And Pair's got about the same size army actually.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. And going Senator is a benefit here over that spot, not only for the column bonus, but Senator actually helps repair buildings and add defensive bonuses to buildings.
Yeah.
So that's good in a defensive situation to have that available. And then, of course, you have your supply wagon when you go on the offense, so you can heal.
Yeah, we do see here Jonathan raiding continuously, kills 2 merchants. That's a nice little pick off. And then all these units here just being really annoying for Sheer. Sheer's not going to be able to lose a bunch of mining time. And there's armies from both sides here. Jonathan has a couple units to help out and put Sheer back on the defensive. I'm going to lose this catapult probably.
Yeah, I would like to see Jonathan doing this more towards the Millox because he knows he's been booming like crazy. So it'd be nice to get him back there harassing that wood camp because you see Kyoto's pretty much undefended. It'd be easy to go raid that Papi. You could raid
all those metal farms, the woodcutter camp.
Woodcutter, yeah. I mean, it could really give him trouble there. Because I don't even think Namilla's got militia. I don't even think he has a tower anywhere.
Yeah.
So
greedy play from Namillo.
But credit to him, he's doing it because they're letting him do it. You know.
Yeah.
And Sammy Boy still hasn't aged. What is up with that?
I don't know. I think it's just lack of knowledge. Yeah, it's chosen for science too. Knowledge, dude. Knowledge.
Yeah. I mean, plus 65 is not bad. If he skips the science too, he probably is close to age right now. But
yeah.
For whatever reason.
And I remember this part. I was a little scared because I thought I was way ahead in tech. I thought he had already gone like Mill 3 or something and skipped a bunch of sciences, so I thought I was gonna die. So yeah, I was starting to panic, spam building more troops, because I thought I was more ahead than he actually was.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, he's at your cap. Anytime they're marching on your cap, you get a little nervous.
Yeah, the raid from Jonathan still doing good work. I had to bring my army back for that. And here, this raid's gonna get cleaned up a little bit by Sheer's units. The knights are unupgraded, but the light cavalry are about to, which is good. And this is a pretty sizable army from the Colossus Japanese player. Not that large, and also the economy is actually not the best. Would expect to see a little bit more units and everything basically.
But yeah, definitely not bad, and
yeah. And so here you can see, I'm actually kind of running in, and I'm seemingly taking like a not great fight. My reason is I'm pop capped and I don't have enough metal to do anything, so I can't actually do anything except wait. So I might as well fight with my army and micro a little bit. And try and lose some units on purpose so I can build more units basically. And when you're playing against Colossus, this is what you want to do. You want to just continually be annoying, continually like push and just constantly like peck away at their army basically. Just be really annoying.
Your general's down there taking a little break, hanging out.
What? Sorry.
So he doesn't. I said your general's. Oh no, he's gonna move over.
Oh, the general from the fort. You mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really matter because I have Senator here, so it's good enough. And it looks like I'm gonna win this fight because I just wasn't able to pump out enough units.
Yep.
It does have a lot more knowledge income, like 30, 40 more. Jonathan's here with some army to reinforce, and Namillo at this point now is close to aging actually. If you look at the stats there.
Yeah, Sammy Boy's still not.
Yeah, I don't really know what's happening. Come on, Sammy Boy, you're letting your team down here.
His knowledge just got behind, and he just didn't catch up. So.
Yeah, it's also like just the general incomes. Like if you go Com 2 early like this, you don't have 100 food at 21 minutes in the game, especially when you don't lose a city early on. A little bit disappointing, unfortunately. Does have a nice little defense here. 2 towers, lookout, and a fort. Doesn't have attrition or militia though, which is a little awkward.
But look at Namilla put this castle over here, so he's taking up a whole bunch of landmass. That's frustrating. Really separating Jonathan from his other cities.
Yeah, and we do see here Namillo and Jonathan are just chilling and sharing this relics. I like to see that level of collaboration here.
It is, yeah. Yeah, it's nice, just brotherly love there from opposing sides.
Yep. And we see here some production buildings from Jonathan actually, trying to help out on both sides. And Namillo's here as well to support Sheer.
They've just let Namillo boom way too much.
Yeah, they're on a ticking time bomb, and Namillo's gonna snowball them because I mean, look
Yeah, as
at
soon
that
as he gets-
economy.
Yeah, and it's gonna be gunpowder Japanese. I mean, samurais coming at you like crazy. It's just gonna be, and still, Sammy Boy is not even age 3.
Yeah, they might take a good fight here.
A gunpowder Spanish army has a chance against the Japs because you get all those.
The heavy infantry that are ranged are really good. Yeah.
Yeah, tercios. But an age 2, it's not gonna do well against and then even an age 3 is not gonna do well. So he's gonna be in big trouble. And you see Namilo stacking an army here, down by Grenada.
Yeah.
And a bunch of sliggers ready to upgrade to Aqua Brises.
Yep, getting very close to aging. A little short on food actually for age, but should be very soon. In fact, doesn't actually have 21 scholars. Just has Hanging Gardens, Relics, Papi, and all that. Does buy some food, so if quick age, that's a good choice. We've seen a lot of players in this tournament delay aging for some reason that I don't know. And so Namilo clearly has learned from those players and says, okay, no, just age.
It looks like he's gonna age before Sammy does. 4 to 3.
Yeah, and that's disappointing. Well, actually, no. Sammy's gonna finish aging first, I think, because Sammy just clicked up as well. But I'm not really sure how Sammy got so far behind. I guess just didn't take advantage of that calm too.
And it looks like Namilo's actually gonna age first because of the relics, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you're right, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. Barely, but still, he beat him.
Yeah.
And now it's go ahead and say GG.
Yeah.
I think it's,
Namilo's way ahead of the other players.
Yeah, it's just too bad. Sammy just too slow there. I a little too slow.
Yeah.
Although he is keeping you busy.
Yeah, that's true. Here I took this fight because I noticed.
Soon too,
yeah.
So.
Here I took this fight because I noticed didn't have armor. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Jonathan's here with a couple units to support. It's good, but it's not enough.
No.
And it feels like I really messed up the build order here. As a French player who's just been sitting, building troops and stuff, and kind of dirtling for a while, I shouldn't be behind. And I haven't rated I at all. I shouldn't be this. I shouldn't be very similar in economy to the player with the Colossus who's been allowed to boom for a while.
Yeah, this is big trouble here.
Yeah.
I is getting no 3 now. He's gonna be able to get armor. But yeah, he doesn't have a Colossus army. His economy just isn't there right now. I don't see a way out here.
Yeah, all these arquebusiers are upgraded. Namilo is pop capped. Siege is getting upgraded. Knight's getting upgraded. Sheer is a little far away from aging, but Sheer's been trying to keep Sammy Boy busy.
Sheer doesn't even need to age at this point.
No, he doesn't.
Stay age 3 really, and just support.
Yep.
And they'll just march right through all this.
Yeah.
Cadiz, I don't think it's gonna hold very long.
Yep.
Looks like the Milo's coming in.
Yeah, so I think this game was pretty straightforward. If we talk about the reasons QC are losing this, they just let Namilo boom too much. Namilo just sat back and did nothing for a long time.
Yep.
And both sides were a little vulnerable to getting doubled, but ultimately that didn't happen because I don't know, there just wasn't any aggression from them.
Yeah, and it's going to cost them the game here because you look at the scores. I mean, Sheer is the lowest scorer on your team, and he's still higher than I, who's their highest scorer on QC. So
yeah,
anytime that's the positioning, that's a bad news. And it looks like Cadiz will fall. And I think we can. You want to fast forward here?
Yeah, sure.
I think this is going to be there's no way Sammy can hold this.
Yeah, so where did it go wrong? I think Jonathan had a good idea raiding a lot early, but also you gotta actually do something with those raids, right? Sure, you're slowing your opponent down, but if your opponent's just turtling and building what do you call it? defenses and just investing in eco, you know, you have to actually like make sure you have to like kill them basically. You can't just let them sit there forever, because if they're booming and you're trying to raid them and booming and they're just defending your raids, or your raids are not actually doing that much, eventually they're gonna get to gunpowder age and really do something.
Yeah, when you see them a little booming like that, that's when you guys have to be like, okay, you know what? We either gotta like, you know, high rush him as cap maybe, try and sneak a sack there, or at least go raid him constantly. And they didn't really raid him that much. They focused more on you and Khan.
Yeah.
And just let him sit in the pocket and boom. And whereas on the other side, Jonathan was their pocket player and he didn't really boom at all.
No, so, and I felt like I also didn't boom that much despite having Colossus. I'm just not really sure what happened there. And I will say one thing,
I'm not sure either.
You know, one thing to know about this game that I wanted to say earlier but I actually forgot about. If you see that your opponent doesn't age until minute 13 and they haven't been raided at all, and especially if they're Chinese, or not Chinese, especially if they're Japanese, that's a sign that they spam text in Ancient Age. Okay, it's not like, oh, they're just waiting with thousands of resources in the bank. No, they're
yeah, exactly.
You know, they're
yeah, they're going Science 3, they're going Com 2,
yeah,
they're skipping Mill, something like that.
And that, you know, if your opponent stays in Ancient Age for a really long time, you can really make something happen. And then GGs are called GG. Yeah, I think, you know, it's hard to say exactly what I and Jonathan were supposed to do. Like, right? Like I went for Colossus early. Put down the Colossus, you can't really like cancel that at any point, and so you really want to boom with Colossus. So I think what the play should have been was Jonathan, yes, raiding in the back was really useful, but should have doubled sheer early, like much earlier during Classical Age or something, and that would have made the difference, I think.
Yep, I agree.
All right, well, that is going to do it for this gaming series.
Let's look at the kills real quick.
Yeah, let's look at the stats.
It's like Pear got the units built and units killed.
Yay!
That's a French.
Yeah, that's yeah.
And Sammy Boy ended up with the most ruins, but then he aged the slowest. And
yeah, just unfortunately, like, we see these players, you know, going for extra text in Ancient Age, which is, I mean, or yeah, in Ancient Age, which is, I mean, it's good. Like, sure, it's a crafty build. It often works well, but you have to actually take advantage of it. And Sammy Boy went for Commerce 2 and didn't really take advantage of that. And we've seen that throughout this tournament. You know, players hear about, oh, Commerce 2 is really great, but you have to actually use it. You have to actually like get that economy up to plus 150 to make it useful, or plus 200 to make it useful. Otherwise, it's just like, why did you do it? You just slowed down your age time for no reason.
Yep, that's true.
Yep.
All right, well, congratulations to AS. You guys got another one in your belt, so that puts you 2-0 now, right?
Yep.
Nice.
And that puts QC at 0-2, so they have to win their next one in order to stay possibly in contention for top 8. We'll have to see what comes of those games. I will say QC did they were really nice about scheduling. Like our team had a pretty tough to work around schedule, and they were very accommodating, which I really appreciate on their part. And they were also a blast to play with. I think, you know, I hope everybody learned a bit from these games. I sure did. And so yeah, I hope everybody's enjoyed the stream today. That is going to be it. 2 matches is enough for me mentally, so I'm gonna go flop for a while. Yeah.
Yep. So we're on for tomorrow, right?
Yep.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. See you guys all later.